moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
BeePlus.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here she comes, the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
Hey guys. Sorry, of course I'm eating a gummy right as I put this on. Okay. I kind of switched up my little icon in my I did the bubble instead of like the squares here. How's everybody doing today? Hello, I'm sorry. Yes. How's everyone doing today? What day? It's Saturday, huh? Everybody having a nice weekend? Or it's been super cold here so far. So any snow that we had that melted past couple days that have been like 45 degrees, it's just frozen over. So now I'm like, snowed in my house for another reason. Because I can't go out and walk my dogs when there's nowhere to walk. And I live in the city and you can't walk in the street. And because the streets are narrowed as it is right now, because the snow plows push them up. So I'm a little cranky about that. I'm a little cranky. I'm about to pay somebody to dig out what I need somebody to dig out because I can't do it with my back. Driving around working, that's okay. I'm just glad to have you here, Missing in Life. I definitely appreciate everybody who stops in to say hi and participates in chat. Any way you want to hang out is totally fine. I know a lot of people, actually most people, watch on a replay, which I am really, really honored that people do. It was windy there, Liberty. Yeah. I haven't gone outside today with the exception of bringing the dogs out because I just couldn't. Nobody's outside. All I've heard outside all day is people scraping ice off their cars. So, and yes, I would like to introduce everybody to my new mod, who I have been planning on modding for quite some time, but with my ADD for one reason or another, I haven't gone in and done it. And then it's by the time I remember, it's time to go live. So, but Michelle over here, who is in the chat, I'm looking right at her, but so she is my other mod, and as I grow, I definitely have had some other people interested. So I kind of have a list going, and if I grow, I did hit 500 yesterday, guys, very, very briefly. And I was so excited. I took a screenshot because Pixar didn't happen. But then 15 minutes later, I dropped down. So if you haven't subscribed to me and you want to give me a chance there, I hope by the end of this live, or I can earn your subscription. However, I would love to get to 500 so I can have a community tab. And you have to be at 500 for a week to get it. So I did get there. I was so excited. And then next time I looked, I was back down to 494. And I was like, how does that even happen? But yes, I appreciate each and every one of you. I never thought I would get 100 subs, let alone almost 500. So I am genuinely honored that many people hang out with me over here. It's wonderful. Because I don't have, like I said, I didn't think my voice was, I didn't think anybody would want to listen to me, but I have people telling me that they find my voice soothing. They listen to me when they make dinner. They listen to me when they, are driving or, going to bed. And at first I took it personally because I saw that comment and I'm like, am I that boring? But then I realized it's because it's my voice apparently is soothing. So, I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the positive feedback you guys have given, because I know that there's always a lot going on in the community, and there's always it can be a roller coaster at times. But when everybody comes in here, everybody seems to be on their best behavior. And I appreciate that because that's kind of what I want here. I kind of want to be just somewhere chill that we can all hang out and talk about what's going on without really getting it to a point where everybody's kind of, gets their emotions up. Because I feel like sometimes it's good to just chill. And, I know that, sometimes when a lot of us are empathetic. So if we see somebody else hurting, it's really hard to not, what am I trying to say? To not let it affect you. You know what I mean? So I just, wait, hold on. I'm trying to, oh God, I got a new light and it's not helping with the headaches either. but yeah, so I mean, I kind of just wanted to be a chill place. Because I know that there are a lot of really good, caring people in here, and when they see like somebody who's hurting or upset, they do take it very, very they take it to heart because they care. I get that. I do it too. I definitely do it too, and I just kind of want to be able to be a place to wind down and kind of decompress if I can. I mean, not to promise that I'm never gonna get like wrapped up and wound up in things, because like I said, I do have a temper. I try to keep it off of YouTube, but I do have a temper, which, maybe someday we'll come out a little bit, but you're ready to toss you out. Well, that's the thing though. I like having a good mix, because like here's the thing, like, as a creator, you're kind of in a weird position, right? So on the one hand, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I think it's pretty unanimous. Most of us really want people to be able to express their opinion, right? None of us want to be like, the free speech police here. At least I don't. But at the same time, there are sometimes instances where, for whatever reason, and I think most of us can like think of a couple circumstances for it, that, it's not appropriate. And, whether it's time and place, or it's something that's just, something I just don't stand for, which, I'm not talking about like just my opinions on certain things. I'm just talking about things that I find fundamentally wrong, which I've been open about. And I think it's common sense, but you never know. No nonsense at Liberty Farmer. Hey, Abby. So yeah, that's my whole thing on things. Cause like, I find myself getting anxious sometimes when I'm, watching some stuff go down. And like, I think I was passing through chats, because I haven't been like, I'll pop in and I'll look at see who's live, and I'll go in and listen for a little bit, and then I'll go on my merry way. Or if it's starting to stress me out, or like it's a topic that I can't be down with, I'll leave, and then I'll come back later, because you never know. I mean, sometimes it's just a topic that gets me riled up. So I just, I take a break, I come back. If they're still talking about it, then I leave again. But I think I was just in Country Joe's earlier, and I know that she mentioned dealing with like anxiety and stuff. And I was going to say, like, I recently found a tip to deal with anxiety that's been like so helpful to me. And, I've always known it, but I never really gave it a try. And if I'm like really anxious, or for me, it's more like not intrusive thoughts, but like flashback memories, that really upset me, of things that just kind of pop in my mind that I can't get out of my mind if I get triggered by something. And I just list like things I can see. Like, I'll be at my desk, like, for example, and I'm like, water bottle, laptop, screen. It puts like a block in your brain from thinking of anything else while you're doing it. I mean, I can't promise you that once you're done doing it, that anxiety will go away, but it's been super helpful for me. So, sharing is caring. So, it's definitely something to try. I'll be like walking down the street, and if something like, upsets me, or I have a thought, or like something that comes in, I'll just be like, car, tire, concrete, stoplight, stop sign, so on and so forth. And it actually really does help. And I never really I would always be like, yeah, that stuff doesn't work. I don't know if that's CBT or DBT or whatever. But all right. But, it was helpful. So I just figured that's my helpful tip of the day. Let's see. Hi, Gladys. Hi, Jen. Oh my God, why can't I even say her name correct? Dark Magician. There we go. I'm having my brain. I'm just tired, guys. I've been trying to like keep up with schoolwork and stuff, and it's been rough, because in the wintertime, it's easy to get depressed as it is, because the days are shorter and we're not getting as much sunlight. But like the fact that I'm pretty much like housebound at this point, because I can't get out of my house like to walk outside, because there's no sidewalks to walk on. It's been depressing. It's been a couple days of this now. And, I think tomorrow's supposed to be really cold, but then I think things will start to melt down, and then I'll probably be able to get out for a little bit, because I love going for walks. Like I said, I have a car, but I don't drive if I can avoid it, because, it's kind of my time to like decompress, and like, it's calming to me. I usually put on a book. I say book on tape, but I know I'm dating myself saying that. But like an audio book or YouTube. And that's why sometimes people will be like, oh, well, I tagged you in chat and you didn't respond. And I just I want to make a public statement here. Like, if I'm outside walking and I'm wearing gloves, and your name isn't a couple letters that I can type really quickly, I either don't see it because I'm only listening with my headphones, or it's too cold for me to take my hands out to do it, or I do it wrong. So it's not anything personal. So most of the time I'm not even like, I'm listening, but I'm not looking at the chat. Especially if I'm like out on a walk, but I'll look at it from time to time if I have like a point to make, which is often because, I don't know, I have lots of thoughts in my head, but yeah. And I mean, sometimes I'm just listening and I'll just hang out and see what's going on. And like I said, like, a lot of the time I'll just kind of hop chat to chat. And if it's a topic that's boring me, I'll go somewhere else. Or if it's something that just makes me angry or whatever, but I'll always go back because I find that like, very rarely our lives like entirely, because if it's a creator I like, 9 times out of 10, like part of that live is going to be something I'm interested in. So I always keep going back just to check. Yeah, right. I'll say something once in a while as well. And, it really depends. It depends on, a lot of the time my phone's on the charger, or, I'm on the other side of the house or stuff like that. I'm also terrible at like texting people back. Oh, Rody Gal, an earwax emergency there. Oh boy. Yeah. I have like really weird ears, like no, like headphones fit because it's bizarre. Like nobody believed me either. Cause I tried to tell people, cause when we got my first puppy, she was barking, and crate training her was difficult, but now she's really good. But I used to have to she barked for an entire month. So, Abby, I'll comment on that very briefly, but that's not exactly something I want to go down. I think that there were some, I think that there's some like people having a rough time right now. And regardless of whether, it's something that they're dealing with in their personal life or things have just kind of built up over here or whatever, I think like the kind thing to do in my opinion for right now for me is I kind of just want to, not really speak on it. But you know what I mean? I wish everybody the best. I worry about people. Cause like I said, I mean, that person has been very, very good to me. And, that kind of stuff sometimes is hard to see, but I hope that everybody kind of takes a break. Anybody who needs a break from YouTube, believe me, it is okay to take that break from YouTube, guys. Yeah. Well, Abby, that, I understand that. But like I said, just for the sake of like, because you don't ever know if there's like mental health involved. And I mean, I like to err on the side of caution with that. So, I think I've like gotten a good sense of a lot of people's opinions on it just from other chats and stuff. And that's, I get it. I just, for my chat personally, I'm going to try not to dwell on it too much. All I'm going to say is that I hope if anybody needs a break from YouTube, that they take a break from YouTube, and just like, get themselves together, like, and figure out what's going on. Because sometimes, I mean, it can get easy to get like really caught up. Like I found myself getting frustrated about, right. And that's what I do, Abby. People will notice and get annoyed a lot of the time that I push back lives a lot. And a lot of that is because my schedule is up in the air, but some of it is also because I get very angry about things. And if I come on here angry, while I might have a lot more viewers, it's not going to be people that are watching me because they appreciate my values and what I stand for. It's going to be people watching for all the wrong reasons. And I don't want to bring that here. There's enough negativity everywhere. Like I don't want to add to it, even if it, you know what I mean? I don't want to. So if I'm personally not in a good headspace, I will also, yes, this is Chicory. He is my sweet, sweet cat. I have 3 cats, but he is my special one. I've had him since he fit in my hand. He thinks I'm his mama, and he is just a really, really sweet boy. And he has a cool name. He and his brother were at the shelter, and his brother's name is Basil. And I didn't know what chicory was. I guess chicory is like a spice or something, or an herb or some sort of herb or spice. Hey, Kellyanne. So yeah, that's what I'm just saying, guys. I think, if I was to come on here, like, I don't want to add negativity to anybody, that's not what I really want my channel to be. Although sometimes I'm not going to like, claim or pretend that it'll never happen, because I'm a human being. Like, sometimes there are things that'll not set me off, but I try my best just not to come on here. Like, I think I was gonna be live last night, but I decided not to. I had a bad headache yesterday. I've been getting headaches a lot from staring at this screen, and I need to get some of those light glasses, I think. I broke one pair because I stepped on them. And because I had them on my bed, and I have a queen size bed. So, when I pulled up the covers, they went flying, and then in the middle of the night I stepped on them. I can't find the other pair. But yes, I have Chicory's picture here, guys. And I know Liberty is dropping my link to that. Chicory needs some really extensive dental work. He needs a couple teeth pulled, and he's starting to have a hard time eating. So as much as I hate doing that, this is hard for me, guys. So I did create a GoFundMe for it. I recently lost my income. I'm a full-time grad student. And I have the receipts, like, the estimate, picture of the estimate on there in case anybody, was curious. And he basically is having a hard time eating, and it's really hard to see him in pain. But I didn't expect to lose my income either. And I hate having to talk about this, but, I figured, that's what these kinds of things are there for. So if anyone is inclined or able to donate, that's wonderful. I can't thank you enough. Anything helps. But if not, no hard feelings, no, nothing, zero. I hate even having that on there. I just, it's hard seeing something you love, whether it be a pet or a child, or, to me, my pets are my children. I don't know. They just are. And it's hard to see them suffer. And, trying to get him into a lower cost vet, like the waiting list is just months. It's months and months and months, because they're just so backed up because of, the pandemic and stuff. And, I've already been waiting over a month on this now. And it's hard. He's losing weight. He's tiny to begin with. And I give him like the soft food, but he's really picky about it. So he doesn't make it easy. You know what I mean, guys? And I really appreciate to anybody who has donated so far. I literally cry every time somebody does, because it just means that much to me that, like, strangers on the internet are so kind. I like to think that we have like a little bit of a relationship and we get to know each other here, but it still blows my mind. There's some really good, very good, kind people in this community. Don't let anyone fool you. There's some really, really kind people, and I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Okay. Sorry, guys. It does. It really, there are people that have donated, like, that I know, are on a fixed income. And, I told people, I don't want you, if you can't, I don't want you to, but, anything helps, even if it's like $1. So I'm going to cry. Okay. I'm not gonna, it's all good, guys. I'm sorry. But it means a lot. It means a lot. Because I always try to help people where I can. And, I didn't plan to be in this situation, but that is why Chicory's up here, just so you guys get to meet my sweet boy. And when I finally do my like face reveal, basically when I decide that my hair has grown out enough for me to, not want to like not look at myself anymore, he will definitely be a very large part of this channel, because he is going to want to be part of it, and he will be sitting on my shoulder probably the entire time. He's not in the room right now because he will sit on the keyboard, but yeah, so that's what that's about. Now that we can move on from that. I figured, I didn't have mods before to kind of put his GoFundMe out there. And, sometimes people are more comfortable donating there just because, I do have the, like, I want to be transparent 100%, like no matter what I do, but I also could put the picture of the estimate on there. It's almost $900, guys. And they don't do payment plans. So, right. And I have 4 animals. I'm, I don't like bringing my family into it, but like it's just me. So, me being a full-time grad student and having lost my income in December, it's been rough. So, I don't want to come on here and, have a sob story, because that's the last thing I want to throw on you guys. I want to kind of have a care credit. Yeah. I asked about that. But that's a whole other thing for me. I know that that's a thing with the care credit, but you have to pay it back, obviously. So I just wanted to be able to not, it's complicated. I mean, I do know that that's a thing, though. I've used it before. I just want to be able to pay it back and have that all there. And yeah, I did look into that. Some vets don't take it though. Surprisingly, they took it at the emergency vet I went to when my dog, ate a stick. So they did it for that. But I need to ask city. Though I'm not going to dox my vet, but I need to ask them about that because at this point, if I can't get, enough together, yeah, no, KNS, I appreciate that. No, you're right though. I mean, if it goes on much longer, I probably should just do that. Because I don't want him to suffer. That's the whole thing, That's what's hard for me. So I probably should. I probably should just do that. But regardless, he's my baby. Yes. Yeah, care credit is a good thing. I was really glad about that when my dog ate the stick. Although it turned out that my dog probably didn't need to go to the emergency vet for the stick. I was just like, paranoid and was like, oh my God. Because, you read these horror stories about like obstructions and like blockages and stuff with dogs. And, when my dog, she eats everything. So when I first had her, she was my first dog. So I used to drag her like to the vet constantly for no reason. And I learned the hard way. So now I know if it's serious and I know if it's not because she's kind of a drama queen. And hello to care credit is a good thing. You got turned down. That's something I didn't want to talk about on here either, but thank you for mentioning that because that is partially one of the factors that I'm worried about. I've had a rough 6 months, guys. I'm not gonna cry. Okay, I'm good, guys. I'm good. I'm happy. My animals are part of the family. You didn't know, and I thought you said you didn't know your dog was hit by a car. I was like, oh my God. But that's the thing. I've had a cat growing up that we didn't know was hit by a car either because whatever like the damage was, it wasn't like immediate, So it was like for what we didn't know. And I'm glad to see all these new names in here. That's great. I love seeing new names in here. And a lot of you guys actually have animals as your pictures on here too, which I always like. I like to talk about everybody's pets because, I love animals of all kinds. I'm not really, I don't think I would own some types of animals. Like I'm definitely a cat person. I foster dogs. I also foster kitties. A sewing needle? Oh my God. Yeah. There's got to be like a YouTube channel that's just like, like a compilation of all like the weird stuff that dogs eat. I know that there's one. I don't know if it's late enough for BeePlus after dark, so I'll keep it relatively PG, but there's definitely a channel out there that I appreciate that does this comparison of dog toy or adult toy. Because sometimes it's not so obvious as to what it is. Because there are some dog toys that are just like, whose idea was that? Especially like, looking at you, Kong safe sticks. But actually, there's also another Kong like puzzle toy that I got one of my dogs not too long ago. That's pretty suspicious. But hey, save the drama. Let me see. Coco's happy. Is that a bird? Is that like I'm terrible at identifying what kind of bird, but I think that's a bird. I could be wrong, so I apologize if I am. There was one time that I thought I was looking at a picture of a cat and it was somebody's child. That was embarrassing. That wasn't on here though. I was like, oh, your cat is so cute. And they were like, that's my daughter. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't see. I need glasses very badly. A lovebird. Okay. And that's the thing. I like seeing names in here. Like, I know that all of us don't always get along. I get that. But when we're in here, I just think it's like a good place for people to kind of just hang out regardless of like how you feel about other things. Like, let's just, that's what I like about this. I know that's hard for some people if you've had like a personal experience, but that's where like the block button's for, which I've never actually used, but people do have a point. You can kind of do that. So, but that's what I really like about this, guys. Cause I know like, if you're in chats elsewhere, a lot of the time, because of this community it has a lot of good people. I mean, there's a lot of like hurt and stuff going on right now. And it's hard not to internalize that sometimes. I know I do. And I don't even know why. It's, I'm just good luck with, Lindsay, I think it's, we're successful thus far. We have been successful thus far. Also, yeah, and that's the thing, I do. And, I know that this is also a very unpopular opinion, but let's separate, people from things just for now, guys, just for now. And I truly believe, like, I know a lot of people here really don't, or have some very strong feelings about Natasha. I get that, guys. I don't care for her either. But guys, I did make a video, regardless of whether, whatever she's done in her past, or regardless of, if she would or wouldn't do the same for you, or has or hasn't done, for me personally, offering condolences was the right thing to do, because it hurts to lose a loved one. And she was close with her aunt. So that was just for me personally. But I'm not asking anybody in here to agree with me. I'm not asking anybody to offer condolences if you don't feel like you want to either. That's up to you. Hey, Jax. Hey, allegedly with Brittany J. I'm seeing a lot of new names in here. I like that. Good. But that's the thing, guys. Like, we're all human beings. And, I know some people feel very strongly one way or another. But just out of, like, for me personally, and I would do the same for anybody. Just because I'm a caring person. And I think a lot of the time it gets easy to overlook that there are some actual feelings involved, like, I know that some people are like, oh, let's pretend. No, Natasha was very, very close with her aunt. And I can assure you that losing her was difficult for her, or is difficult for her. So I actually saw that a lot of creators had actually offered their condolences. And I was really happy to see that. That just shows that, we are capable of putting stuff aside, for serious reasons. And I hope it continues from there. I do. Because that's the only way that we're gonna, like, yeah, Captain Lee, I know that's the one. I know. That's why I mentioned Weathers, and I get that. But here's the thing, like, for me personally, I like to lead by example. So, I know that, see, that's my problem in life. I usually go hard and, like, stand up for people that would not do the same thing for me. That's kind of, a toxic trait of mine, or I guess that's maybe not a toxic trait, but a problematic thing that I do. And I just feel like, for my own, but I can understand why, with her situation, how she would feel. I can see both sides, just for me personally. Snow remover, I understand that. I get that. And I think, I get that. And I think I've been very clear about what I've seen on that, but I'm just talking about for me personally. I'm not asking anybody to agree or follow suit, but I did see that a lot of people did, which I thought was really, really nice. Just because I don't know, guys. I'm a very nice person, and I do feel right. Losing a loved one is difficult. I know. And I know that yeah. I know the MRB situation. I know that there are people that are going to disagree on that, but I do see exactly why she'd feel that way, and I get it. I do. Right, and that's the thing, guys. Like, when something like this happens, I just feel like it. For me, I just need to do that, and I didn't really. I was trying to think of the best way to do it, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't made a video in a while, and I think that I could put together a video and put that out there. Because I was just gonna play it at the beginning of my live, but I wanted to make sure she saw it. I don't know. And then afterwards I saw that other people had as well. And I was like, okay, good. I don't mind standing alone with what I do, because I do what's right for me, which isn't always right for somebody else. But I was really, 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 really happy to see that. But I can also understand both sides, guys. I like to try. I am like gray area queen here. But I think, my stance hasn't changed, though. I want to be clear about that, though. I mean, and I said that, but just differences aside for this topic. That's it. Yeah, Jax, I did. I actually ended up commenting on one of the things, the community posts. And I actually was expecting, some, that people were respectful, and I appreciated that. I think that's also a good sign. I have commented on things elsewhere before and had people not be so nice. Yeah, guys, like I said, please don't feel obligated to donate or anything like that. I just, you guys being here is enough for me, helping me build my channel, helping me grow as a creator, helping me learn how to do a lot of this stuff. Like I said, just being here, subscribing, like that is so supportive. As it is, I hate asking anybody for anything. It's really hard for me. But like I said, at this point, yeah, Chicory is my kitty, and I'm not entirely sure I would be able to get the care credit. I didn't really want to talk about that. Just, I've had a really rough couple months, and I've had to really figure out how to deal with finances, and it hasn't really affected my financials. I don't need to tell you guys, but you know what I mean. I really appreciate all the positive stuff, guys. And I know that some people don't like the fact that I have, but I want to be clear, guys, and I've been open and honest with this with everybody from the get-go. I was part of Natasha's community before I, decided that I saw things I didn't care for. So I'm friendly with a lot of people from over there. Now, whether they come into my chat or not is, or they did a lot of the time, they certainly don't agree with me and they tell me so, but we still chat. They just happen to really support Natasha, and that's their right. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, there's nothing I can do about that, nor do I want to. Thanks for stopping by, Save the Drama. No, I thought it was the right thing to do for me. And since I haven't made a video in quite some time, I was like, you know what? It took like 5 minutes, but I was like, I was proud of it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to post this. And Angie Brooks, I get that side of it too. And that was like the one outlier of things that I can totally side with. And like I said, like I see behavior, like that's why I'm here in the first place. So when I've seen that, I didn't think that how she handled that was appropriate, but I don't really want to talk about Natasha, guys, necessarily, but I agree with you. I don't think that was handled correctly at all. I think I didn't like that at all. But I think that a lot of people have like some personal, like, if they, a lot of caring people in here, guys. So when a creator feels hurt, or like something happens to a creator that we really love and care about, it's hard not to be angry. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah, I don't blame you, Jax. At the end of the day, right. Well, that's the thing. That's how I am too. Like, I was trying to like really put my finger on like what it is that I'm doing and what I want to do. And I am going to talk about, because this is, and I was like, why am I here? So I was like, for one thing, I think that there are some people that need to talk about these things, because there were things that happened that, really hurt some people and upset people. And I wanted them to be able to come here and talk about it, because I don't think talking about things is necessarily inappropriate. And I don't feel that anything that's happened in my chat has been inappropriate at all, because people are allowed to have an opinion and feel a certain way, because it's very, very valid. I was angry for quite some time. And then I was thinking, like, what else am I here for? And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm here because, this is my community too, right? So I am part of this community. I've been part of this community under a different name, or this one, since about a year now. And, I wanted to kind of, because you guys probably know this as well as I do. If you try and talk to anybody who's not on YouTube or in this community about what's going on, they look at you like you're crazy. They're like, what are you talking about? Who is what? What about recliners? What? Like, they have no idea what you're talking about. And then you mention people's screen names on top of it, and people just think you've lost your mind. So I wanted to talk about what was going on, because as an empathetic person, some of the stuff that was going on really affected me as well. So I was like, you know what? I want to chat about it, but I couldn't really find the right place for me to chat about it the way I wanted to. So I kind of was like, you know what? I was always planning on doing a channel for a different reason. I've had this since 2011, but I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. I wasn't even going to go live. I was just doing some videos kind of pointing out behaviors and trying to look at things from more of a psychological standpoint and stuff. I did end up putting out some videos that I feel were inappropriate, so I did take them down, because that's not how I want to come at somebody. Like, I want to point out behaviors, not poke fun, if that makes sense. Just because that's just not what I want to do. I don't need to. I have enough to talk about without having to poke fun at somebody's weight or, things like that. But that's just how I respect that other people do their channels differently. But that's why I'm here. Right, right. And I think a lot of people are kind of moving on from, talking about a lot of this stuff sometimes. But I'm still going to talk about it because, Natasha's part of the community and and other people. And, if you're part of a community, you're on a platform and things come out of your mouth, then you open yourself up to commentary. I'm just giving, regardless if Natasha would do this for somebody else, because, I do feel that she did not do that for Carolyn. However, for me personally, I would like to extend that for her, because that's just the kind of person I am. And on top of that, there are some other creators in our community that are having a rough time right now, I think. And I don't want to I don't really want to stir anything. You know what I mean, guys? I have a lot of compassion and stuff. And I feel like sometimes I pick my battles, if that makes sense, guys. I don't want to ever add or contribute to somebody's, mental unwellness. Which I know that's not humanly possible. I know, but if you're on YouTube, like I've said 1,000 times, guys, if you're on YouTube and you're a creator and you come up here and you talk about somebody else, you need to be well aware that you are opening up that door for them to talk about you. There's no way around it, guys. And, the drama community, it's one of the biggest types of communities here on YouTube. And it can be done right, guys. There's a reason people do it. There's a reason that everybody loves drama. I love drama. We all love drama. I just think that sometimes it goes too far. And when it crosses those lines, that's when it's problematic. So I do think that, right. And I can't expect anybody to improve, right. So like I said, I try and lead by example. I'm not a perfect person, guys. Anybody who, chats with me outside of here, from time to time, sometimes I just need to vent, but I just don't want to do it on here. But I'm definitely one of those people who, as long as people aren't dragging I just don't, for here, we can talk about things, guys. We can talk about things. Because I know a lot of people feel really strongly and need somewhere to talk about those things. But, everybody that's come in here, I don't think I think maybe I've had 2 instances where something was said in here that I considered that I was having a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do about it. Other than that, even people that you might see that might be problematic elsewhere usually come in here and are on good behavior. And I don't know if it's because I bring out the best in people. No, I'm just kidding. But I think, yeah, right. And I can get caught up in things with the best of them. Please don't, I'm not perfect. I've gotten caught up in being not so nice to people on a couple channels at this point. And I really don't want to do that. But a lot of the time, if you're in a chat and everybody's going, it's human. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's human to get caught up in that stuff. And I think more and more people are spending more and more time online. So yeah, that's what I think, Jackson. That's my goal. That's my goal. And if I ever do something that is inappropriate, I want to be called out for it. I encourage people to email me and say, hey, and people have, and I want to also be clear, please don't be offended if I don't respond to your email. I wish this wasn't the case. And, I didn't actually think it would be, but, most of the emails that I receive are actually not really nice. So I don't check it that often because I don't feel like I need to rush to respond to, negative comments at me. And half of the stuff, I don't even know why people are sending me. I don't know what I did. I just don't. And it's never nobody ever uses their screen name. And that bothers me because I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know who I upset. But there are some people that feel really strongly. But I had to say, guys, I am friends with people that still support Natasha. I've been friends with them long before any of this. And, if they usually don't come into chat, but if they happen to, I don't want that to be well, you flip-flopped and you support. It doesn't mean I support anybody, guys. I don't. If I flip-flopped and I, support, I would take all those videos down. I would, and I would say so publicly because I don't hide who I support. I'm not sneaky. I don't like sneaky people. I don't like that at all. I don't like people that pretend that they don't like somebody and, are, connecting with them behind the scenes or vice versa, or, say that they do like, I don't like that either. I think there's a difference between, being cordial and respectful. But if I don't like somebody, 9 times out of 10, they probably already know. But if they don't, I'm not gonna, it's not an on here kind of thing. Yeah, reaching out privately is usually the best, right? And that's what I would like to do. Like, especially with subs, guys. Like if you're a sub and you have like an issue, like I would love to, I don't want to drag you on here. In fact, I hate mentioning subs names. The only reason I did the other day is because I think that subs can be part of the problem. And like I said, guys, so look at people's sub counts, right? And then look at the amount of people that are active in their chat. It's only a small portion. So there are people that watch that aren't necessarily names that you see all the time. And there are a lot of people, and I think it's happening a lot lately, that go around purposely trying to start, poke at people in ways that they know is going to get a reaction. And I know that everybody has like a different, I don't want any names dropped in the chat, guys. I'm just going to comment on this. Like, everybody has a theory as to who it is. And you know what? Like, I honestly couldn't tell you. And I don't actually think it's like one person. So I think that there are people that that's what they do. They come on here, they're loyal to nobody, and they just come on and, purposely try and get people angry at each other. And that's the whole ththing. I don't really like that. And people, I get emails too that are like, trying to tell me something that they think is going to upset me. I don't understand the logic behind some of it. I don't understand why people do it. I don't understand that. While 9 times out of 10, I really, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it is the way it is. And I think that it's just to create drama. Yeah. And I just, I hate having to say like, it's subs, and I'm not, like I've said 1,000 times at this point, if I see one of the people, cause at this point I am taking note of things that I see that are problematic, because I'm really trying to figure out what the heck is going on and what I can do to either, keep it off of my channel or to help in some way, because I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy for anybody involved. And, it's putting creators in a bad situation, which in turn puts subs in a bad, I don't want to do that. So, but if I see a name that I think is problematic and that I've like started to kind of note about, I will call them out on it, because I have no problem doing that. But it's not people that you see often. I'll tell you that. Some maybe, but I think there's, I don't know. My brain goes a mile a minute. I'm like a detective, like a pretend detective. So, yeah. And that's the thing, like Jax, I like to think that I'm a really real person. Like I try to be nice to everybody, first of all. I'm also a very forgiving person, even though I probably shouldn't be as forgiving as I am. And I get over things quickly. I feel very intensely, but that's why I stay off of YouTube when I am. Because I'll come on here and I will say a whole bunch of nonsense that I don't mean, and in a way that I'm not proud of. And I don't really want to do that, but I will apologize if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about something, I will be the first person to come and apologize to you. I am not above saying that I'm wrong. I've come on here and corrected misinformation that I've said. And I have. I also, like, it's sad to say, but like, it's also, it's hard to keep up with what's going on, because, you never know who's fighting with who and who's disliking that person and what's happened. Cause I can't keep up with everything. And, it's uncomfortable. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way. And that's why I want this chat to kind of be more of a chill thing, where we're not going to be like super intense on, hold on. Yes. I don't want to be like that. I understand that some people feel that that's, because it's happening to them or whatever. So, I can only speak for myself, but I like real people. I like people I don't want an echo chamber. Like, that's not what I want. That's not a friend to me. If somebody disagrees with me, I would love it if people, said something about it. And I know a lot of people disagree with me on things. If I do something that makes you uncomfortable, people have emailed me. And like I said, just because I don't email you back immediately, especially if it's a really long email, anybody who's corresponded with me knows that I write novels. I write the way I talk, on and on and on and on. So if I don't have a minute to like commit to writing your email, I might open it and read it, and I've seen it, but I haven't responded yet. And what I'm trying to do is send an email just to acknowledge that I got it. Right. And the last thing I want to do is hurt people all the time. And I actually listen to my lives after. And, I don't want to say obsessed, but I mean, maybe, sometimes I'll feel like, it'll go in my head. So I'll feel like something came out the wrong way and I want to address it. but I've had to learn to kind of take a step back. And I just hope that if I do something that's makes somebody uncomfortable, because I have gotten some emails about that kind of stuff, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that people, you know, don't feel so intimidated by me that they don't have they're afraid to let me know, because that helps me grow as a creator. Now, I can't say that I'm going to agree with you or change how I behave, because, you know, sometimes I don't think I am wrong, but I at least want to consider it. And there's some things that I can't, well, what I'm trying to say, there are some things that I can't, what's the word? I can't change, because it's not who I am. And I have to kind of stay true to myself. But I do appreciate that people feel comfortable telling me that. And yeah, I don't like the conspiracy theories either, Jax. I don't. I think a lot of it is right. Yep. Is it Tiffany? That's an interesting way of spelling it. I like that. Is that how it's actually spelled? That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen it spelled that way. That's cool. I like names that are spelled ways that you wouldn't think. Maybe it's a nickname or something, but if that's actually how your name's spelled, that's awesome. But yeah, I think that's because people want to, like, they want people to think that they're being supportive. And a lot of the times it does become just that. And I don't want that. Like, if you disagree with me, that's okay. I'm not going to like treat you any differently. I'm not gonna, yeah, guys, let's get along in the chat, guys. I know that there's I do know about some of that friction there. But let's just all be nice, and just for me, if you guys can't do it with each other, I like both of you very much. So let's just, yeah. Please. Because some of the stuff I don't know about, like people's histories, guys. I don't, and I also don't necessarily take up like other people's problems. I think you guys know what I mean. I don't. Okay. Well, like I said, guys, I can't make everybody happy. I try. I like my mods very, very much. I am familiar with some things, but if it's not something that I've seen, you know, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I genuinely do. And if it's something that I wasn't a part of, then I kind of have to base things on what I see. And if I get screwed in the end, you know, that's on me. But I like to think I make, you know, informed decisions. And I just said that, you know, just because, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to justify why I do what I do. But hey, Rowdy Mama, I can't make everybody happy. And I try, and it kills me. I try, guys. I try to keep everybody happy. And I have to learn that I can't. I don't think, yeah, sometimes though, I don't think it's that they want conflict, Amanda. I think that because, you know, this community, there's a lot of communities that come in here, right? And you know, if people have had an issue in the past, that's the thing though, like, I'm not gonna, if I don't know about it and I don't, like, I don't want it to, like, you know, affect my relationship. I don't take on other people's fights, if that makes sense, right? So I can't. It's like a lot of people have issues with each other, and I just try to do my best to keep everybody as happy as I can, but sometimes I can't. And I do think we keep things a kind space here where people can express their stuff, but some of the stuff I just would prefer if you guys you know, connect privately, if that makes sense, guys. Just because I don't, that puts me in a weird position. Like I said, a lot of times people are open about their histories with things that have happened. But you know, sometimes, yeah, right. People make, right. And I think that happens a lot. I think that people that are empathetic or care a lot, you know, will see something happen to somebody that they care about or something, and they'll internalize that problem as theirs, and that they feel like it's, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's what just happened. I've noticed this a lot of places, and actually it's a point that I've been wanting to make for a while. And I think it stems from people from caring. But at the same time, you know, like, if a creator, that puts me in a weird position, right? So I just want to, like, some things should be private. If you like, yeah, I'm going to move on from that. I'm going to move on. Let's see. Hold on. Because I know that there are people here that don't like each other, but don't, like, I know I'm observant. Like, I hang out a lot of places and I watch. But I do see like, you know, I do see that there's tensions between certain people, certain creators, certain situations. But you know, I'm a forgiving person. So I believe that if somebody had like an issue somewhere, I give them a chance, because you know that people did that for me, right? So, you know, I wasn't the best person where I was, and I haven't been the best person in a few communities at this point. So I just kind of want to make this like a, oh, you have a house full of teenagers, triplets. I told you, you brave woman. That is. Are they identical or fraternal? Not that like it matters. I just, the 3 kids is 3 kids, but that's nuts. Yeah, you know, and I think a lot of like like I said, like there used to be just like kind of, and I hate saying sides, but like 2 sides, right? So there was like people who supported Natasha, and then there were people who, you know, were super against Natasha. At this point, I believe it's kind of broken off into like 3, 4, maybe 5 different factions, if that makes sense. And things are, I feel like, right, I am too, and I feel like people don't like that, Jax. I feel like, you know, I can get along with just about anybody. What really sets me off with somebody and why I feel strongly about things the way I do is when I see certain behaviors that I can't stand for. You know, and I can't. And I have to say something about it. And like I said, I don't like seeing other people be treated poorly in certain situations, right? So for me to see somebody get dragged, to see somebody, you know, have somebody up on panel just like, you know, ripping into them. And I mean this, like, it's not my style. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't care for it. And have I gotten caught up in it in the past? I absolutely have. Yeah, I have. And I really had to take a step back and be like, why am I doing this? And where is this coming from? A boy and 2 girls? Oh, yeah. You know, I think I prefer boys. I'm not going to lie. I know that a lot of people disagree, but I feel like boys are easier. So, at least when they're teenagers. But I mean, you know, I kind of am eating my words currently. But yeah, so I want everybody to kind of have a place where, you know, and people, a lot of people had an issue with some Natasha people coming in here the other day. Like, you know, I wasn't surprised that people had an issue with it. And I respect that. But at the same time, like, I'm really tired of the sides, guys. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I just want people to come in here and be able to hang out and be friends. Like, if you don't want to be friends with somebody, you don't have to be friends with them. I go into chats all the time where there are people I don't care for, believe it or not, guys. There are people that go in chats that do things that I don't like, but you know what? I just ignore. And sometimes I'll shut it off. But let's see, what am I saying? I just think that there's a lot of really hurt feelings going on. And I feel like a lot of things have just been blown up into something that it almost feels unfixable, but I don't believe that it is. I feel like, I don't know about the situation you're talking about. If you're talking about your children, I get that. If there's something else I'm not sure about. Like I said, I also don't know the ins and outs of everything that's happening. So, you know, be patient with me here. But I think that there's a lot of hurt feelings. I do believe strongly, because I've had people email me things that are a little strange. Like, I don't know their motive for emailing these particular things. And I feel like there are people that will like go behind the scenes, literally just trying to start stuff. And I don't know, as a creator, like, I'm glad that there are people in here that have had longer experiences with things than me. With that, I trust, because, you know, it's hard to know who to trust. There are some sneaky people on here, and I don't understand why. It's YouTube, guys. You know, is it because you like drama and you feel like the drama is more entertaining when you really set somebody off the deep end? Do we really need to be going into people's like personal lives and, you know, all of those types of things, or like, you know, the bringing of children? Like, it's really escalating at this point, and I'm not down with it. I just want people to Tiffany, I also very, very much observe things, and thank you, very, very good point. Text can be taken the wrong way. That's what's happening a lot of the time, because like there are people that just wildly take screenshots of everything. And now I take screenshots, but I don't like, it's usually for myself so I can remember things. But you know, and I don't But what I don't like is when something is screenshotted and it's taken out of context. I don't like that. Hey, X amount of words. I don't like that. Like something will happen, right? And somebody who's looking to find something negative will take a screenshot and then run to that creator who maybe would or wouldn't have seen it in the first place, just to get a reaction, and then not explain what actually happened, and just give them that information. And then, of course, that creator gets angry, but it wasn't that. There are people that are doing that, and it's really, really infuriating. I don't like it. Because it's purposeful. It's purpose. I don't think they're loyal to anybody. I think some of these people are, and sometimes you have to take screenshots of things. Like I do, first of all, so I can remember to talk about certain things, but also because, there are some things that I want proof that got said for my own, because I'm part of this community and I know how things works. That's all I'm going to say. But I would never create something. Like I would never, take a screenshot that, I knew was going to upset somebody if it was something petty, like if it's something serious, of course I will. Of course I'll be like, look, I just wanted you to know that this was said. But if it's something petty, or if it's just the fact that somebody was in a chat to begin with, I don't know. I usually don't do that. And I agree, Siren. There are a lot of people spying on other people. And I don't. And I hate saying that. Like, how old are we, guys? Like, if I look at my analytics, it tells me that, like, at least, like, I'd say 70% of the people who watch me are between the ages of 45 and 54. Now, I don't know if any of you guys fall into that category, because honestly, I would never be able to guess half of your ages, because everybody here just talks really fun. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't know that. I always just assume people are my age, but I guess not. I guess I'm a youngin' at 33. But yeah, like, so we're adults, guys. We're adults, and this is like child stuff, where people don't feel comfortable going places because, like, God forbid your name is in a screenshot that gets sent to somebody that, freaks out about it. And then you happen to be there, and then your name is posted for everyone to see. And it's like, it's enough. Enough is enough, guys. I don't encourage it. Really, Jax? I didn't know you were 47. See, I always just assume people are my age. Then again, I don't see most people like in person, or like even I can't see anybody's picture really, because my eyesight is really bad. Although people, if they post pictures, a lot of I'm terrible at guessing age. Terrible at it. But that's the cool thing, guys. Like, we're from all over the planet, right? We're all from like everywhere, all different walks of life, and we all come on here and we have like, this community in common. And I really like that. I think that's really neat because, a lot of you guys are people that, first of all, I'd never meet otherwise, or that, I wouldn't normally talk to. And this is my community. Like, this is my social life at this point. And I don't have a problem with that. Wow. Well, happy sort of belated birthday there, Jax. I would never have guessed that. I thought you were much younger than that. Well, all right then. I am very young compared to most people then, huh? And I do apparently have an under 18 crowd, but I'm hoping that that's just family and not because I don't know, that weirds me out a little bit. I was on another channel that does like, it does like deep dives of like weird, creepy stuff on the web. And, I thought that maybe I was like the age that most people, and he did like a poll, and I was like, I think people that were in my age group were 7%. Everybody else was under 18. And I'm like, I'm not going to be going into these chats anymore. Nope. I don't think I'm not even going to do that. I'm like, I always wonder why nobody talked to me, but that's okay. That's okay. But I like that there's a variety of people, because a lot of us come from other communities. We know each other from other communities. And just because somebody doesn't like somebody, I'm not going to change how I feel about somebody because of somebody else. There, I said it. It doesn't, I don't feel like that makes me less of a loyal person. I'm just, if there's somebody who's like fighting with somebody, I won't participate in it. Right. I'll like, that's what I consider, loyalty, I guess, is that I'm not going to participate in it. But if somebody's having an issue with somebody, that's on them. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Not on here. Like, not on here. Because I don't think you just never know everything. You never know enough. So if somebody like tomorrow has an issue or is like, I just don't get involved. Or else it's something I feel very, 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 very strong about. Thanks for stopping in, Roddy Mama. Have a great night. I know you've got your hands full. I can't imagine having 3. Oh boy, I think one teenager's enough. But the spying on subs, Grouchy Mama Bear, exactly though, and I'm glad that you said that, because that's the problem. That's the problem. And yeah, right. YouTube better long enough to see relationships change, right? So if you get super invested in something, right? Hi, Jur. It is very late. Yeah, you're across the pond. I'm sure it's quite late. You should probably get some sleep. If people change, like people make up all the time, because we are adults and ultimately people do. And then everybody gets worked up and it's all for nothing. Like, what's it for? I find that eventually people do apologize and reconcile with each other on here, or they don't, but a lot of the time they do, at least, and I don't get involved in it. I don't get involved, or else it's something that's so awful that I can't not get, you know what I mean? Not on here. Like, if you know me in my real life, I go hard for people I care about. But when I'm on here, I don't know all the facts. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, which is a very real thing, guys. I don't know everybody involved in things. Half the time when the truth bombs come out, there are people involved that I've never even heard of, that I wouldn't even know to even put in the equation. So when I'm on here, I'll stay out of things if it's really bad, but I'm also not going to stop supporting somebody simply because they're having an issue with another person that I like. And I feel like I'm very alone in that. But I don't like the fact that there are people that are it's kind of stalking, guys, to see who's in what chat and taking the screen grabs, and just, if you don't like somebody, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, guys. And that's what I said. Let's I know a lot of people, I'm not going to even use her as an example, but I'll use myself as an example. All right. So let's say that I claim that I don't watch any other channels or chats, right? So let's take that as truth, right? So if I don't watch any other channels or chats, and one of my subs goes somewhere that's speaking about me and takes a screenshot or a screen recording and then brings it to me, but I wouldn't have seen it if they hadn't done that, I think that's on that person at that point. First of all, I don't care, because I know what I am, I know what I'm not. And at the end of the day, when I shut this computer, I know what I've done. Obviously, sometimes you might rub somebody the wrong way, and you might say something that comes off abrasive or in not how you intended. And I think that happens all the time. And some people, maybe their feelings get hurt. But in terms of direct attacks on people, I feel like that's hold on. Well, Lindsay, I would think it would be really nice for that to stop, because I don't think that's acceptable. I think that's awful. And I'm really sorry that you've had to deal with that. I don't agree with it. I hate it. And I do know that happens. I do know that. And I don't think people should be doing that stuff. Guys, just stop. Why are we weaponizing stuff that doesn't even need to be weaponized, right? Why are we doing that to Lindsay? Why? Can somebody explain to me why we have to do that? What point are you proving? It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't like it. We don't have to like people, and sometimes people treat other people really shitty on here. Yes, it happens. But you know what the solution is? The solution isn't, blowing them up on YouTube and, dragging their name and dragging their family into it and making them feel the way that people have been feeling lately. Because no, I cannot imagine if it happened to me. I wouldn't care for that. There's a reason, I try and keep my personal life off of here, but at the same time, it seems that we have a whole bunch of spies and detectives on here now. So, right. And I feel for you, Lindsay. That's horrible. No, they don't. And that's the thing, guys. People are doing things for the wrong reasons too. Let's talk about CPS calls briefly. If somebody's calling, they're not doing it because they give a crap about that person's child or that child's well-being. They're doing it to be spiteful and vindictive. And that's just wrong on so many levels. And in my opinion, shouldn't be allowed. Should not be allowed. And, people's children have nothing to do with this, right? So some of us have children that, are online, are old enough to be online, or have channels of their own or whatever. But I also don't think that opens them up to getting attacked if they have nothing to do with it, right? They've, a lot of kids, they go on their gaming stuff. They do their gaming. They watch their whatever they're into. They're certainly not here. So I just feel like it's out of control, guys. And there's just so much going on. And it's infuriating. It really is. And I get angry about it because I don't understand why it's happening. And then everybody always thinks that there's information that they're going to present that makes everything clear. And then usually like, well, whatever they present doesn't explain anything at all. And you're just even more confused. Hi, Candy Kisses Forever. And you're right. They don't care about your kid. And that's really awful. Yeah. Well, I'm like guilty. I overshare. I have no issue being vulnerable, I think. I just have to keep it in the back of my mind that anything I say can and will be used against me in the court of YouTube. And even taken out of context. I've seen that happen a lot lately, and people kind of react before they just based on information that isn't real. And I hate it, guys. I hate it. But I'm not like, I do keep, this is my first social media rodeo. So I do keep my family off of here as best I can. As for myself, I really could care less. You're not going to find anything about me that I'm not proud of. You're not going to find anything about me that doesn't make me like look, you know what I mean, guys? Like, people can dig all they want. Good luck. Good luck. So, for me, I don't really care. I am who I am. I have nothing to hide. I'm pretty open about my life, about my struggles, about how I've gotten to where I am. I think maybe a little too open sometimes, but if that's my whole thing on it though. If my struggles can help somebody or let somebody know that they're not alone, because I've been through a lot. I've had a very unique life, a really difficult one. And I've come a long way in the past couple of years. So, if I can help one person with my story, that's what matters to me. That's why I'm here. That's what I do. That's my purpose. Because I feel like a lot of people that are in situations like I am do feel very alone. And they do. And I really appreciate that. Like, people who are open with their stories really, really do let people know that, there's other people out there that have been through it and it gets better, or, something like that. And well, like, I recently, and I've been open with some people about, my situation the past 6, 7, 8 months. And I own it, I'm not ashamed of anything, but the point is that, like, you make a mistake, you get up again, you apologize, you kind of figure out where you're at, and you keep moving forward. Right. So, that's all you can do. I could like, completely break down, but what good would that do? So thank you, Candy Kisses Forever. I try. I have a big heart, and I like helping people. And a lot of the time, I don't quite know how to do that at this point because, we're all kind of shut in here. So I figured if I was on YouTube, I've always been an oversharer. I don't really mind that. Because I have a lot to say. So, and I talk a lot. I had somebody come in here once and they're like, how do you talk for as long as you do? And I'm like, I have no idea. I just do. Yeah. Shake it off. Right. Like, after my accident and, I was like broken because like I had to relearn how to live my life entirely. And it hit me one day, I either live or I don't. I can just sit here and be miserable for the rest of my life. Or I can take these challenges and be like, acknowledge that, yeah, this really sucks. And it's unfair that I had to deal with this based on everything that I've dealt with in my life. Yes, it's unfair. It is unfair, but I just have to move on. Right. So, yeah. I think that situation, Jax, is, I mean, I've seen stuff too. I don't like it, guys. I don't. And oh my God, I'm very, very, I don't like it either. And I feel like sometimes, when somebody, have you guys seen on YouTube, right? So if somebody's mad at somebody, have you ever noticed that people come out of the woodwork to kind of gang up in a way? Have you guys noticed that? Because I noticed that a lot. People that I've never heard of will literally, like, somebody goes up on a panel and they're like, I'm having an issue with so-and-so. And all of a sudden you have like 5, 3, 4 people, that don't like them, that I've never even heard of, crawl out of the woodworks to, jump up on that. They pounce on it, and it's disturbing. I don't care for it. But I'll publicly say I see a lot of what happens with Lynn. I don't know everything because I think you cross over into a community that I don't subscribe to. I don't see any of that. but I believe her. And enough people, if this many people are saying it's happening, I mean, for anyone to say that it's not is, statistically not really legit, but people, you're right, exactly. It's like the minute you say somebody's name, they all come out. They seem to know. And I've noticed it more and more and more. And I'm like, who are these people? And like, it's icky. It's icky. And you can tell though, sometimes creators are just as annoyed by that as anybody else. They're like, they have an open panel and these people are coming up and hijacking it to kind of prove their point about something else. And then as a creator, you're put in a weird position because you're like, do I shut this down? Like, how do I handle this? Like, for me personally, I'm brand new at all of this. So I'm going to be making mistakes. There are going to be times that I don't handle things correctly. I really hope I do. I'm going to try to. But yeah, it's like you say somebody's name in a bad sense and all of a sudden, there they are up there and it's a whole thing. And, I've seen some creators handle it really well. I've seen some creators not know how to handle it. And I feel like I'd probably be one of those. But right, I think that the whole community, I do see, because it comes up in for whatever reason, it comes up in my suggested. And, I'm open to being open about people I don't care for. I don't care for Truth Teller. I don't care for her. I don't like what she's done. I don't like any of that, but she comes up, even her like community posts come up in mine. And I don't know why. I'm not subscribed. So I see the stuff, and there are some people that are just hyper obsessed with other people right now. And I'm not really sure what that's about. Now, granted, like, do I know everything? No, I don't. But I mean, I can see what I can see with my own two eyes. And it just seems like an obsession to me. But that's just my opinion. I'm not really sure why people are obsessed with each other to the point where they're like, finding people from people's pasts and, bringing them in. And it's weird, guys. It's weird. It's weird. Like, why are we changing our screen names to things that are like hurtful and then putting pictures just so we can like flex that we know what this person looks like or that we know who this person is? Like, that's sick. It's sick, guys. No, you don't have to be sorry, Lindsay. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. I wish there was more I could do. But like I said, I'm not part of a lot of that community at all. So I don't know the people over there. I've kind of avoided for just because it's just not a community I've been in. And I see that there's a lot of like stuff that goes on there, but there are good people in all communities. I don't like it when some attack others that they know nothing about. Like, if you don't know the person, like, I understand, like, let's say somebody attacks me, right? And I've seen it in my chat a little bit from people who I like very much. They try to defend me. But if I'm up on panel and I'm getting attacked, like, I can handle it, guys. Like, I can handle it. If I need help, I'll be like, hey, come on up and get it. But otherwise, if that person's done nothing to you, you don't owe me any reason to treat them any differently than you do every day. My problems are not your problems. I don't want them to be. I have enough problems. I don't want any of you guys having to deal with that. That's no. And that's at the same point. I can't fight everybody's battles either. Because there are some people who really feel strongly about each other. And both of them are people I like very much. But I can't play like, peacemaker all the time. Because a lot of the time I don't know the facts. And if it's happening in my chat, that's putting me on the spot, guys. Because if I don't know people's histories, I know a little bit about a lot of things. I know enough to have made informed decisions about a lot of things. But no, and there's no reason for anybody. Right, like, guys, like, if you're like a custody thing, that's serious stuff, guys. That's somebody's life. That's not just the person you don't like's life either. That's the child's life. And there's no reason to involve YouTube in that. Like, come on. It's like everybody like tries to act like they don't do anything wrong on here. But, I hate the fact that nobody ever owns it. Everybody just points the finger at somebody else. And they, there's really a strong lacking of self-awareness over here right now. And I've seen it a lot. I've seen it way more than I want to. It's like, people are criticizing other people, but they're talking about themselves. And I'm just like, I don't understand it at this point. Like, if I do something, I'm going to own it. Because I'll be like, yeah, I did that. Am I sorry all the time? No, I'm not sorry. There are a lot of things that I do that I'm not sorry about. and I'll tell you so. But, you know, there are things that I am, and I'll own it. I'm not going to say I didn't do it. It's on YouTube. You know, there are a lot of people that do hide videos and stuff, and I think that there are circumstances where that's you know, necessary. But at the same time, have you ever wondered why, you know, you see a creator clap back at somebody and then like they kind of look like they're crazy because you can't find what they're clapping back to? That happens to me all the time, and it's infuriating because I want both sides of the story. But, you know, all of a sudden it looks like this person is just freaking out for no reason, but there was other stuff going on there. Hi, Tick Turtle Gum. Is that a new picture I see? New profile pic? Who this? But that's the thing, you know? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the, you know, involvement of children. I'm tired of the sneaky, you know, weird spying stuff. Hey, Anxious for Peace. I'm really, it feels gross, guys. We're better than that. At least the people that come in here are better than that. And like everybody who comes in here is really good at my thing. Right. And that's why I was really impressed though, when that health, and I hope you don't mind me using this as like an example, Lindsay, but you know, that night, I remember seeing a lot of channels post a video in support of that. And I remember it was late my time. So I remember, and I thought I was seeing some of the channel names that were posting in support of Lindsay. So I even took a screenshot of it because I'm like, that can't be real. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. I actually like, you know, thought a little bit better of Natasha. I was like, wow, like, you know, this is really nice, like great of Natasha to let these channels that are really supportive of her to do that. That's, you know, for a fellow human being. Because I'm going to be honest, guys, if it was somebody in Natasha's community, I would do the same for them if I had, you know, the means to. And I just, that's what being part of a community is, you know. I guess like we're all in different communities, I guess, but there's a lot of crossover. And I really respect human kindness. And when you're able to like put aside differences. Now, would that person always do the same for you, or have they done? No, nope. I think that, you know, the person in question has not always done that for other people. And some people in a very hurtful way. However, you know, when something like that happens where, you know, Lindsay has a sick family member, what's the problem with sharing that? You know, if you don't want to donate, then don't donate. If you can't donate, then, you know, just offer them like, you know, support, like verbally. That's also incredibly helpful. That's all. That's just part about being like good humans, you know. Like a lot of people take YouTube so seriously. You know, I understand though, if your real life is being affected by it, then absolutely you have every right to feel as strongly as you want about that, like if that's what's going on for you. But when it's just stupid YouTube stuff, I mean, yeah, right, there are boundaries that are being crossed. Yes, there are. Yep. And I think yep. And I think it's gotten really bad. Like, I know that like this kind of stuff has happened since like the dawn of like whenever these lives and stuff started happening. But at the same time, what's happening over in this little microcosm, I actually tried to do the Kudo board, but I couldn't, for whatever reason, I couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me. But I did make that video. Because Natasha's a human being. She was very close to that aunt. That's a close person. That was a very deep loss for her. If you don't like her, that's fine. You don't have to like her. But you know, anybody who's experienced loss, you know how that feels, especially if it's someone you were very, very close to. So I just thought it was the right thing for me to do. And I got backlash for it, which I was kind of upset about at first. Cause like I said, I am trying to get to 500 subs so I can have my community tab. I did get to 500 very briefly. And then 15 minutes later, I had lost 6 subs somehow for some reason. So it was very short lived. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, if somebody's really going to be angry at me and really going to like hold the fact that I have compassion for somebody else as a negative, then that's not really somebody I want around me anyway. Because that's not what I stand for. If you're like mad that because there's never a downside to being kind to somebody. Never. What's the worst that's going to happen if you're kind to somebody? That's just how I look at it. And I know that's not a lot. I've seen it for myself. I know there are some people here that's really not their style. And I guess that they can't support that. It's sad though. I wish it was different. But like I said, Abby, like you're entitled to how you feel too. Like we're all entitled to that. And you come in here and you participate and you don't hold the fact that I disagree with you on some things against me. And I respect that. Like that's how it should be. Like if it's like a fundamental deal breaker for somebody to be kind to somebody and extend condolences when it's, a close family member that they really cared about, like you guys can trust me when I say this was a very close person to her, and she's a human being who has feelings. So YouTube stuff aside, for me, I wanted to reach out and offer my condolences. And like, the fact that I got backlash on that, is kind of sad. It's kind of sad, guys. But that's okay. I don't know who it is. I mean, they didn't, well, Tick Turtle Gum, you do go to a lot of chats. I don't have an issue with you. You're respectful when you're in here. But how other people run their channels is how they run their channels. I'm only responsible for mine, so I don't really know. But you're respectful when you're in here. So that's the thing, guys. I'm not gonna like hold what other people do elsewhere against them. Like I try not to anyway. Are there some things that I am really so fundamentally against that I really struggle with to figure out how I want to handle it? Yes, but I haven't crossed that bridge yet. So yeah, oh God, crime scene cleaner. That's a lot. Yeah, like I said, your job, I'm sure is incredibly emotionally taxing. So yeah, Abby, and that's okay. Like, I don't want people to just agree with me. I know people don't. Like, if you don't have to like the same people I do, but, I like to surround myself with people who don't judge me for who I do, or who I'm friendly with, because I'm open about those things. I'm not going to hide that from people. If I support somebody or I'm friendly with them, I'll say that openly. And it doesn't mean that I agree with everything that they do or how they do it. It doesn't. Because like any friends, you're going to disagree sometimes. And sometimes there's behavior that happens that I can't condone. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop liking that person or stop, being friendly with them. Because first of all, other people's problems are not my problems, and vice versa. I don't want any of my problems to be your guys's. And also, there's a method to my madness, and I'm not going to just like flip like that, but hold on. Makes a request. Yeah. I haven't had to do any of that, thankfully. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful that the chat here is as respectful as they are, because I know that it, myself included, I'm not always on my best behavior in chats. At least I haven't always been. But and it's easy to get caught up in that. But like all it shows me is that like, when push comes to shove and like the emotions kind of die down, there's some really great people in this community, and everyone's capable of being respectful. The people who are really disrespectful, they don't come to my chat because I'm not their cup of tea. They don't like me. Maybe they watch, and if they watch and they're supportive, that's awesome. But I definitely don't think I am. I don't think that I'm everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. I don't have to be. If you think I'm too nice, if you think that, that's not what you're looking for, that's your thing too. It is a really fine line. I agree, Lindsay. I agree. Like I said, I'm not in that deep here. Like I'm like, I have not been roped in whether I liked it or not, if that makes sense. I'm just like, I haven't been a creator that long. So I don't think I've pissed anybody off quite yet. So, I think that'll happen as time goes on. And then I'm sure I will not be exempt from a lot of stuff. Yeah, but I appreciate your being here, Lindsay. I like you very much. I always have, and I've always said that. So, I'm sorry. I've seen some of the stuff that's happened to you, and I don't like it. Hold on. Yeah, give it time. Exactly. No, I'm aware. It always starts out fine, and then, you can't make everybody happy. And the bigger you get, the more people there are that you have a possibility of making mad. So, and I appreciate everybody's support too, guys. Like all of you that come in here. A lot of you are names that I know from elsewhere, and I'm glad to see you guys here. I'm glad. I also see like new names from time to time, though, that I'm glad that, you you wanted to come in and chat, because I know that a lot of people watch, but they don't always come in and chat, either because they miss the live, or sometimes people just, they're afraid of getting screenshotted or something. I don't know. I don't know who it would make upset if anybody saw in my chat. I don't think I'm on pretty good terms with that people. Like, I don't think I haven't done anything or said anything that I think would upset too many people. I mean, I have an opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having an opinion on things, but I'm generally really nice about it. So I can't help it. Let's see. Hold on. I'm glad you like my channel, Gladys. It means a lot to me, all the positive support, guys. Like, I wasn't sure how this was going to go. And like I said, you can't make everybody happy, but some of the stuff that, people, kind of decide that they don't want to support me for is really discouraging and really disheartening. Because I thought people were better than that. But, when I really think about it, is that really the people I want to surround myself with? And half the time people don't use their real names, so I don't know who they are really. But there's one in particular that said they can't support me anymore, who I'm really upset about, because this was somebody I really liked. But, if me being friendly with people that, still support Natasha upsets them that much, then I guess that's going to have to be how it is. Hold on, I have chocolate. Oh, it doesn't taste very good. Oh, okay. There's chocolate. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I know people don't like the sound of eating, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't ever think aligning with TT ever seems to work out well. For anybody. I'm sorry if there's any supporters of her in here, but I'm eating chocolate. Some CBD chocolate, actually. It's not very good. But hold on. Yeah, and I'm glad, like, Coco's happy. I don't think I've seen you in chat before, so I'm glad that you took the time to stop by. Tiffany, I don't think I've seen you either. I think a lot of people agree with you there, Navigator. Because I remember I was part of Natasha's community when that happened, and I remember when they made peace, I was really bothered by it. And I don't usually get bothered by stuff like that, but I was very bothered, and I said so. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, this isn't right. This can't be right." But yeah, I can't get down with that. I just can't do it. Oh, Taco Bell. I thought about getting Taco Bell, Michelle. I did. But I made beef stew, so I probably should eat it. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So I probably should eat it. I have this problem where I'll make a lot of food, and then I just I want like junk food, because I love junk food. So Pizza Hut, we actually don't, Rodigal, we don't have, where is there a Pizza Hut? Because I don't think there's a Pizza Hut near me. I don't think there is. I mean, I might be wrong. There's probably one in like Warwick or something, but I've literally, like, we never had that. We just really, I had Pizza Hut for the first time as an adult. There's one on Mineral Spring? Since when? I don't remember that. Oh, it's new. Okay. I was going to say, I haven't seen it. Oh, I actually don't. It's been a long time since I've been on Mineral Spring. I'm going to be honest with you. Wahlburgers. Oh, okay. I think I know what that is. I think there's one of those in Boston. I'm still mad that a lot of you guys have fast food that I don't have here. That makes me sad. Like, I wish that we had like Whataburger and In-N-Out Burger. You don't like sweets or chocolate? Yeah. I'm the opposite. I have no shame in it either. Like, I might be small, but if there were, like the Man versus Food that used to be, I think it was on like the Travel Channel or something, like some of those sweets challenges, I could totally do. I have eaten an entire like enormous apple pie that was like meant for like a family over the course of 24 hours. Like, I can do it. I'll feel horrible afterwards. Actually, not even, but Rodigal, you've been to Greg's, right? You know what Greg's Death by Chocolate Cake is, right? I can eat an entire slice or 2 slices of that. And I think that's probably unheard of. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the rock salt. We use Paw Safe ice melt here just because it hurts my dog's paws really bad. And I know this might be TMI, but like, my girl dog, when she would like squat to go to the bathroom, it was really irritating her. So I've been trying to keep her away from it, but it's hard because like there's salt everywhere. But I always try to make sure, yeah, that stuff should not be ingested. I hope your dog's okay. That's scary. I hate it when my dogs are sick. The wings. Yes. Oh, Thayer Street. Thayer Street used to be, yeah, I used to hang out a lot on Thayer Street. Not so much anymore, but I remember like I used to hang out at Antonio's there before they put one near me. But yeah, we're talking Rhode Island talk here, guys. I'm sorry. This is like applicable to like only like the really small handful of people that live in the smallest state in the US. I used to like Thayer Street. When I was little, I used to be afraid of teenagers. Actually for a not so great reason. Actually a really traumatic reason. But regardless, Thayer Street had a lot of teenagers. So yeah, dogs probably would eat that really willingly too. Yeah. I know my dogs would. Actually, I need to get some of the rock salt. It's so icy here. Like I've been having a really, really bad pain day because my dog, like I took him outside and we don't have like I live in the city. Like I'm literally at a very busy intersection. So, and I don't have a fenced in yard. So I had to have him on the runner and he pulled me over. So, oh yeah, the chicken and rice diet. My dogs love the chicken and rice diet. One of my dogs is, and I don't even know how he got this way. Maybe he just has a really fast metabolism, or I know this makes me sound like a really bad dog owner, guys. I know. Don't judge me too harshly. I haven't had the money to. Usually my dogs have two. Yeah, I live in Rhode Island. Yep, Gladys, I do. I've said that openly many other places, so I'm okay saying that here. But my dog, I used to have them on two different foods because Molly needs she needs like a weight management food because she gains weight really easily. Whereas my other one, Traveler, he's very, very thin and he needs, well, I only had the weight management food. And I didn't have the money to get any of the regular food for him. I was just able to get him a bag of Imes. So I got that now, but so he's lost a lot of weight. I've been feeding him 3 times a day now because he got that thin. The vet said it's not like really concerning, but I'm like, how did that even happen? But he's, so I finally got him a bag of like the regular calorie food because he doesn't need weight management, but I had a big bag of it left and I didn't go out and get him the one he has. It sucks to have dogs on 2 different kinds of food. I'll tell you that. I feel like it's an endless cycle. And then with my cats all eat different foods too because Chicory can't eat dry food anymore because it hurts his mouth too much. So I try to get him like the wet food, but he's so picky with the wet food that half the time like he won't even eat it. He just turns his nose up to it. So it's like it's a never ending thing. Yeah, my Molly used to have a very sensitive stomach. Oh yeah. I've toured the Breakers and Marble House. Those are actually my 2 favorite ones in Newport. You can do tours of the mansions. Those were always my two favorites, Marble House and the Breakers. Yep. It's really gorgeous. I mean, if you guys ever travel and you want to see some of like the biggest, most elaborate, like really cool houses you've ever seen, like if you're in Rhode Island, go to Newport. Newport's where it's at. It's the Imes dry chicken and rice. Yeah, I got Traveler because they only have the lamb and rice one, the adult one. So you had yours really at the Breakers? I love the Breakers. That's probably my favorite. That's the Vanderbilt one. Get kitten food for him. I might do that, Angela. I think I know what you're talking about too. Yeah, the high calorie stuff. Yeah, because he's a really petite cat to begin with. Like he's probably 7-8 pounds. And he's just really floofy. He's all floof. But he's definitely lost some weight and he won't. I just feel terrible for him because he can't chew things. And I wish I had caught it sooner. Like I said, I didn't realize. I just thought he was being picky, but when I brought him for his yearly checkup, they said they were like, oh well, he has a few cavities and he has they've gotten really bad, and a whole bunch of like, he just needs a bunch of stuff done with his teeth, a cleaning, and so it doesn't happen. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? Is there anything that I could have done to like prevent it? Because he's not my oldest cat. I actually was expecting to have to do a cleaning for Paolo at some point, because he's 10. But with Chicory, I had no idea. I just thought he was being picky. And they were like, no, some cats, it's just genetic. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it. Because I'm like I'm trying to be as good to my animals as I can. But I was gonna get it done, and then, like I said, I got the estimate for it, which is close to $900. So I was like, okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try to get the money together. And he's just it's bothering him more and more, and it breaks my heart. That's all. The cat adopted you. That's how Domino is. Domino was part of a trap and release feral colony, but he like warmed up to me so much. So he lives in the basement. He hasn't been outside in a few days, but we just got him to start playing with toys. Last night he was going crazy, batting around this little foam soccer ball. I thought something was going on in my basement that, I went down there and I'm like, could you please stop banging? And they were like, no, I'm not banging. Well, I was mad. I'm like, it is like midnight and you are banging and you should be asleep. So I like stomped down there, and it was the cat. But I love cats. I'm definitely a cat person. He won't let me pick him up yet, but it's weird though. So Domino, I'm not really sure why, but he has like these giant patches of fur missing. I'm like, I don't know. I need to, like, I'm not putting food out for any more animals because I can't afford it. And you have to know my parents to understand them. I love my parents to death. Trust me, I do. But my mom's whole stance on it is if you can't afford to take care of your animals, then you shouldn't have them. And I do have a lot of animals. So, up until very recently though, I was able to take care of my animals very well. I gave them, I used to actually work in the pet industry. So I gave them everything I could. And but her response is, I'm not going to enable you to have animals that you can't care for. So that's why asking them isn't necessarily an option either. So, and I know that makes her sound really horrible, guys. I know it does, but she's she's weird. She's weird. I know that, like, I would never think of that. And yeah, I was like, really? And then I'm not even going to go with it. It's going to make me mad. Yeah, the farm cat adopts you. Yeah, we have something called the barn cat program where, like, cats that aren't really necessarily like, adoptable because they're not really friendly, they can go live on a farm where there's a barn, and they kind of, they work. They like help keep the mice away and stuff like that. And in return, they have like, a warm barn to sleep in or, whatever. So I thought that was really neat. I like the barn program. Let's see. Hold on. You're not a cat person? I love cats. I thought I was a dog person, but I'm not. Have I heard about the steer? No, I haven't. What is that? Where'd it go? What is that, like another vet that isn't gonna? Because I got 2 estimates and they both were very. I think the difference was like $40. Oh, okay. I have not heard of it. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even imagine having that. I have a leopard gecko too. 5 snakes. Yeah, I could not have that. I'm really, yeah, I get you. I like metal. Yes, I do. I do take turtle gum. I'm very into music. I'm a big music. I'm a musician too. So, at some point, I have heard about that Rodigal. I think I saw that on like the Sci-Fi Channel. Yes, I do know that. I do know that. There's some people with some really fun dog names in here too. I was talking to somebody yesterday and I forget their name, and I feel really bad. I really feel really bad about that because there's a very lovely person. Their dog's name was Jonathan, and I thought that was the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, so I do. I'm also a musician, so I would love to like play music for you guys. YouTube likes to take down any of my videos. I take it as a compliment because they think that I play so well that they think it's copyright material, even though there's no music playing. So I'm trying to figure out, they don't always do it. It's only happened a few times, but it's infuriating when it does. Not that it won't, I can't share it. It just says copy. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter. I don't get money for my videos or my lives anyways, but I don't like it. It's like an OCD thing. I don't like seeing the copyright claim thing underneath it. But yeah, I'm a musician. So I play bass, I play guitar, and I play piano. Guitar is my main. I would love to do a concert for 500 subs. I made it to 500 subs for about 15, 20 minutes yesterday. And then all of a sudden I lost 6, like on the drop of a dime. I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be like that, is it? Because you have to have over 500 subs for a week to get your community tab. So I'm not, until I get that community tab and I'm over 500 to the point where even if I dip, I'm not going to, yeah, I witnessed it too. And I took a screenshot of it. I'm like, oh, yay. And then like, no, 494. So I like the band Bush. Machine Head is one of my favorite songs to play, actually. It's a fun one for guitar. We're 5 away. That's good. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys. Oh God, my earplug. No. Can you guys still hear me? Because I just like dropped everything. Oh my God. No. This is why my ears. Okay, I'm better. Okay. 495. Yeah, so I just need to get over that to the point where even if I dip, it'll still be up like that. Because we do some fun stuff here. We're a little different here. We tend to be really chill. I have people from all communities that come in here. I have all of that, which doesn't always work out, but I think people genuinely like try to work it out in here. I have very few issues. There are some people that are just going to have differences and nothing is going to change that. Just trust that, when I have the people that I have in here, I have no issue having in here. I know enough of things to make informed decisions about what I do here. So, and I appreciate the feedback, but thank you. I don't know how is it Mishi? I'm so bad. I'm probably really, really butchering that. Oh my God, I feel bad. I've butchered a few people's names on here. And like I said, I thought somebody's profile picture was their cat and it was their daughter. I don't know how I mistook that. I really have no idea, but I feel like I offended them. So if you're in here, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can barely see people's faces. So I don't know. She had long hair. It was like really close up. I don't know. I was like, oh, you have such a cute cat. And she's like, no, that's my daughter. I mean, maybe she was joking. Maybe she meant that it was like, like her cat is her daughter. I don't know. Because that's the thing, guys. How many times do we see something written in text and, it's completely like, it's completely like different. You know what I mean? Like it's taken out of context because you can't see tone of voice or anything like that. How many times does that happen? It happens so often. So a lot of the times, like people take things like, they read a comment and they're like, oh, what? And then you have to like, confirm that. Yeah. Well, so what age were I when I started playing guitar? I started taking lessons when I was 10. Right. And if you can play guitar, I don't think bass is that difficult. I'm sorry to play bass, like technical bass like that. Yes, I'm sure that's, I can't do like slap bass or anything like that, but I can play bass pretty well. I mean, that came very easily to me. And in terms of piano, that was kind of self-taught. Yeah. So I am a musician. Yes. I like a lot of genres of music. I do like metal. I have been very active in the metal scene. That's been a lot of what I've done in my life. But I also like pop punk is also my other genre. And like lately the pop punk genre has been crossing over into kind of like the weird, like, rap music that kids listen to right now. But I'm here for it. It's kind of like when, the rap met the metal with the new metal in the early 2000s, which is like probably my favorite genre, as if I'm honest. But it's like a pop punk version of it. So I'm totally here for it. And I like to play this game of like people look at your Spotify on repeat and guess how old you are, because I win every time. But I do have a favorite song. If I was to pick one song that I had to listen to for the rest of my life, I can actually answer that for you. My favorite song of all time that I will never not love and could listen to on repeat I'm a huge Third Eye Blind fan. I've done some street team work for them. I have their autographs with the original band tattooed on my back. And Semi Charmed Life is my jam. So that would be it. I can answer that with 100% certainty. I like 90s alternative for the most part. My first cassettes that I ever had, I got 4 of them from my uncle, and it was Semisonic, Matchbox 20, Third Eye Blind, and Savage Garden. And I am a huge Savage Garden fan, and I will not apologize for it at all either. I love both of the albums to this day. My first celebrity crush was Darren Hayes. That is the singer in Savage Garden. I was like like a kid obsessed, like that was my first crush of a celebrity. Hey, Melissa Jade. No, it doesn't make you ancient. I just started streaming music, Liberty Farmer. I was so against it. It got me enough. I had like enough trouble doing iPods. Like I was really dead set in having my CDs, and my dad eventually, because he eventually got me an iPod for, I think it was like my 18th birthday. And I was so adamantly against it. And then even up until about last year, I was like determined to never, ever stream music. I hated it. But now that's what I do, I guess. So, here we are. I was also of like the mindset that I wanted separate devices for everything. Like I wanted a phone. I wanted a camera, and an iPod. I don't mind Panic at the Disco. They're not my favorite. I definitely, that was like a genre of music that got really popular, probably my senior year of high school. I don't dislike them at all. I like a couple of their songs. It's that I guess that's technically like emo pop punk. So, I don't YouTube music. Yeah. Matchbox 20 is, I like their first album is incredible. I mean, there's some solid tracks on that, like, Real World, Long Day, Push, 3 a.m. There's a couple others that I'm like really there's another one. Oh my God, I can't remember it. But it's a good album. And I'm not going to sing. No, I can't sing. You guys don't want me to sing. I promise you that. You don't. I used to be able to sing. I don't know what happened. When I was a kid, guys, when I was a kid, I don't like Dave Matthews Band. I'm sorry, Rhoda Gal. That's going to be just a you thing. It was always a running joke. I was always like, I don't like Dave Matthews or his band. And I really don't know why I don't like him. I don't know why. I have no reason. I just don't care for it. But, when I was growing up, one of the fun things about me, so I was like 4.5, maybe 5. I was on the Bozo the Clown show. And I got to be his special helper for something. And we got to play. It's really disturbing in hindsight, actually. We played this game called Balloons and the Pantaloons, where like me and this other kid, both of our dads went over on the stage and put on these giant clown pants, and we had to stuff balloons down their pants. Now in hindsight, that's horrifying, but I won, and I got like my prize was like Uno, the game Uno, and I had a giant tantrum. I had like no teeth at the time either, because I had just lost like a lot of my teeth. So like with the biggest smile contest, so you see like the camera panning over the kids, and I look horrifying. I look possessed. And I had like a huge tantrum because I wanted to sing Lion King songs with Ringmaster Maria, and some like, Girl Scout got to do it. And I was very salty about it. So I was on the Bozo the Clown show. Yes, Liberty. When I was like 4.5, 5. I was. And I got to be a special helper and play in a game called Balloons and the Pantaloons, where my dad and a little boy's dad put on these giant clown pants, and there were a bunch of balloons on the floor, and we had to race to stuff as many balloons down our dad's pants as we could. It was really, really disturbing, and I won. Yes, and I didn't win the biggest smile. I tried, and there's some horrifying footage of me looking possessed with like no teeth in the front. Good. If you find it, let me know, because I've been trying to find the VHS tape with it on it for a really long time. And then you can see me with like, I look like I look evil actually when it pans over after I wasn't chosen to sing Lion King songs with Ringmaster Maria. Because at that time there were these 2 like Lion King stuffed animals that were really big. Like you get them at the Disney store, but they had magnetic noses, and like you put them together and they were like kissing. And I really wanted those. And this girl, I think her name was like Kelly, and she was like, in her Girl Scout uniform. And I was so angry. I was like, I didn't get picked, and I wanted those stuffed animals, and I wanted to sing the Lion King songs. So I look evil. It's really funny. I really need to find that VHS tape and somehow like, you know, convert it so I can actually share it on here, because I would love nothing more than to share that with people. That was like my one claim to fame. I don't even know how I got on that show. I have no idea why I was on that show. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if I got to go to like the Fox studio, because I think it was Fox. I might be wrong. And I know that it aired right after an episode of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, which had to be in what, like, you know, if I was 4, so 90, 93, maybe 94. I think I'm 33, so I was born in 88, so something like that. Actually, it would have to be 93 or 94, yeah, because my sister was an infant. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of interesting childhood memories. Let me tell you. I was a really fun child, I guess. But that was like my one claim to fame. I didn't. I don't even, I really would. I need to ask my parents how that happened. And I always had really weird. Oh, here you go. Okay, here's a childhood memory for you. You want to hear about the one time that I ever stole anything, like ever? Aside from, you know, when I was a teenager and my parents and stuff. When I was like 14 and going through a very difficult time. Besides that, we don't include that. But all right, so I had my birthday party one year at Chuck E. Cheese, and it was the first. I usually had my birthday at Discovery Zone, but that year I wanted one at Chuck E. Cheese, so my parents did that. And what I wanted for my birthday more than anything else was Puppy Surprise, which is that, you know, the puppy where you open its belly and there's puppies inside, and you didn't know, like, you know, how many puppies you were going to get. So I really wanted Puppy Surprise, and I was opening all my presents that all the kids brought, and nobody got me Puppy Surprise. And I saw on the party table next to mine, that there was Kitty Surprise on it. So I stole it and I put it into my pile of gifts. And that is the one time that I have stolen something from like another child, like, and I'm still ashamed of it. Yeah, the metal roller slide. Yes. I didn't know if Discovery Zone was like a national thing or if it was like a Rhode Island thing, but Discovery Zone was like my favorite place on the planet. That and United Skates of America. I think they call it something else now, but I had many birthdays at United Skates of America. I loved rollerblading, but yeah, Kitty Surprise. That's another really weird toy, huh? Yeah. So that was the one time that I decided that, you know, I deserved a present more than that person. And I still I don't still have it, but I found it in my parents' basement not that long ago. And I was like, oh boy, I did finally get Puppy Surprise though. Because a few years ago for my birthday, when it was like a revival of it, because there was like back in like, I don't know, maybe like 2016, there was like a revival of it for the Christmas season. And I finally got Puppy Surprise. I was like, why would you get this for me? But, Discovery Zone in Virginia. Okay. I thought it was a national thing. I loved Discovery Zone. I loved it. Many good memories. I don't know why I loved it though, because in hindsight, like, you know, I'm really claustrophobic. So the fact that I went into any of those tubes at all is just amazing. Rhoda Gal, you ready for another blast from the past? You want to know where I went to camp every summer? You ever go to Camp Sunrise? Camp Sunrise was awesome. I spent a lot of time at Camp Sunrise because my parents worked an awful lot. But you're unsubbing? Yeah, I know. I'm bad. I stole Kitty Surprise from a child who, you know, is probably telling the story right now on YouTube, talking about how somebody stole their Kitty Surprise. No, it was me, guys. It was me. You want to clip that out of context and make me sound like please do, because I would not find that real funny. I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you remember Camp Sunrise? Yeah, I actually went and explored it after it shut down, kind of as like an urban exploration type of thing. But it was really depressing because I spent like every summer at Camp Sunrise, like forever, because my dad was always traveling and my mom, I don't think really wanted me home all the time. But yeah, 90s kids. Yes. I know I'm young compared to a lot of people here, but I don't consider that. I just feel like I'm talking to my peers. So you all are cool. And it does sound like there's a child outside my house again, Michelle. You're yes. It's because like where I live, everybody's on top of each other. Like I said, What year was I on the Bozo the Clown show? Like I said, it would have to have been, I want to say 94. I want to say 94. Because my sister was a baby, an infant, and she was born in 93. So May 93. 94. I would say 94. Yep. Because they pan over to like the parents that were in the waiting room, and my sister's like a teeny tiny baby. I just don't know when it was. I don't know if it was summertime or when. I don't remember at all. I think it was summertime, to be honest with you, because I think I was at zoo camp and my parents pulled me out of zoo camp to go do it. So I think it would have to be summer. I also did like the winter break and spring break zoo camps though too. So yeah, my parents didn't want me home very much, if you couldn't tell. So I was always at camp. And then I went to like month-long overnight camp as a older teenager, and then I never went home. So there's that. You got married in 94? Yeah, I was a very small child with a bowl cut and no teeth at 94. I had a bowl cut for the longest time. I'm telling you guys. I don't know whose idea the bowl cut was. I look like Danny from The Shining. There's a picture of me on a tricycle with the haircut, and like I will never hear the end of that getting made fun of for that picture. I don't know whose idea what the bowl cut was. I don't know who told them that was a great cut for me. Everybody thought I was a boy. And it was like, I look back at pictures and I'm like, what is this? Why is this? And then I remembered, like, my mom got mad when I decided I wanted to grow my bangs out because it looked ridiculous. I don't know, yeah, I'm not going to show, what, maybe I'll put a picture of myself as a kid on here. You guys can laugh. You guys will laugh. You'll laugh really hard. I was a really funny looking kid. I grew into it though. I'm one of those people that, like, in middle school used to got made fun of like really, really badly. But now, it's the same guys that made fun of me then that sneak into my DMs and say, you got hot, on Facebook. No. I have a really funny Valentine's Day story. You know how like you could buy the carnations for people like in middle school? So you could like pay like $1 or so and they would deliver the carnation to the person you would pay them to do that. So when I was in, I think it was 7th grade. So I had a really awkward phase in my life where I was very, very much bullied for how I looked. And, I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I certainly didn't have any boys that were interested in me. And so my best friend at the time, who we just recently had a really bad falling out, well, she ghosted me. A lot of people have been ghosting me lately. I don't understand it. I'm a good person. No, she has her own issues. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. But her mom was a teacher at the school. So her mom saw how upset I was that I wasn't getting any carnations. So she went and she bought, and I know she meant well, so she bought carnations and put different boys' names on them. So I remember being so beside myself happy that I got like 6 or 7 carnations, which was more than like any other girl, with all of these boys' names on it. See, the problem though is that then I went to go try to find what boys it was, because I thought it was somebody my own age that had given them to me. And I ended up getting like really rudely awakened that it was nobody that gave them to me. Because I was going up to like somebody in the lunchroom and I'm like, oh, I thank you for, because there was only one person with that name, so I'm like, oh, I got the carnation. They were like, what are you talking about? And it broke my heart. I've never gotten over it, guys. Never got over not having my having a I don't think I ever had a carnation sent to me, to be honest with you. Maybe from like a girl that was a friend or something. I don't know. I don't think I ever had a boy in middle school send me a carnation. But that's kind of an awkward age to do that kind of stuff anyway, though. But a lot of people would. I think it was like a fundraiser. Yeah, well, I think she meant well, take turtle gum. I think she did. I think she just saw how sad I was that, like, no boys got me any of them. And like pretty much every girl would get something. And I had gotten nothing. And she was in charge. Like, so she was a teacher there at my middle school, right? So she saw the names of the people that were getting things. So she saw that I wasn't going to get anything. So, but I thought I was like, the best thing ever. I'm like, look at me. I have like these 6 or 7 boys that like me and they all think that, I'm attractive and they all want to go to the Valentine's dance with me. And like, it couldn't have been further from the truth. So that was the year that I learned humility and never, really didn't talk much afterwards, because that was, because, your parents always tell you that you're like the greatest, so my mom would always tell me how beautiful I was. And, you know, how great I was. And then you go out into the real world and you have like that rude awakening that maybe you're not as special as your parents told you you were. And I had that was when I had that happen. And I think middle school is when that happens a lot. No. Oh, I was gonna say I don't think it was dating. It was more I don't know what it was. The dances though. Oh my god. Yeah, the middle school dances. I remember somebody was talking about like music and stuff earlier too. And has anyone like I think maybe more so my generation than you guys, but probably maybe with some of your kids, you know, like some of the music that I used to listen to in the car with my dad and not understand what it meant. In hindsight, I'm like, how did he keep a straight face with that playing? Like there's a lot of like rap songs, like, you know, in particular, I know it was like the, you know, the radio edits of it. That I know it was radio edits, but like they're still explicit. You know, one example, a song I really liked, it was Juvenile, Back That Ass Up. I loved that song and I would turn that up and I had no idea. My dad probably was horrified. There was a couple of songs like that, you know, like Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy? I went way over my head. I knew every word to The Real Slim Shady. And my parents had to like pull me aside and say, could you please not sing that, you know, with company? Because, and I had no idea what half of it meant. But in hindsight, I'm like, oh my God, my dad must have been so horrified. So horrified. Do I have what, Tick Turtle? I don't answer. No. I don't know what you're saying, but oh, I'm sorry, Tick Turtle. I think oh no. I'm sorry. I think I know what you mean. If it's what I think, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I had no idea. I didn't have any idea what half that stuff meant. Like, first of all, I didn't really know. No, my mom doesn't like music except for classical music. And my dad was cool. Like he was the one with the CD player in the car. The only CD player, because I didn't have a CD player at that point. And you know, he likes like the Doors and Eric Clapton and things like that. So like he actually liked music. Right, there's a lot of songs that went way over my head when it comes out. Well, like when it was like the music, you know what I mean? There was like, and I liked a lot of rap in the early 2000s. Like that was actually the first genre of music I really listened to. So like that was the era of like, you know, the Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy? You know, Juvenile, the Back That Ass Up, you know, like Mystical with the shake your ass or something. I don't know. There was a lot of really, really explicit songs that I'm sure my parents were like, oh my God, why? But they never censored my music, so I appreciate that. I think I had one CD taken from me at one point and my dad gave it back to me. Pony, yeah, Genuine. Yep. There was another song that was really big on the radio at that time, and listen, Magic Stick, yes, Lil Kim and 50 Cent. This one's called Uchiwali, and let me tell you guys, that song is raunchy. I don't even know how they even had that on the radio, like at all. And some of the lines in that, I'm telling you right now, guys, you'll know exactly what line I'm talking about if you ever listen to it. But yeah, it was Nas. Yeah, that song was another one of my favorites, and I had no idea. What I was singing about. I don't even know. No idea. And like, there's a small list of songs that make me uncomfortable to this day, and that one is on it. Magic Stick with is it Lil Kim and Cisco is another one. That song makes me a little uncomfortable, but it's great. Yeah, Candy Shop. That was my senior year of high school. Yes. There's definitely some songs that make me uncomfortable. What's the other one? Is that artist like, oh God, what is it? I mean, I remember though, like when I heard the you know, I don't know, there's some like new music and stuff, which is funny. Like, so the some of my most played music from this year, when I got like the rewind from Spotify, Megan Thee Stallion, or The Stallion, is like, I love her. I think she's great. She's super talented. And like, that was like my top music. I love her. She's really talented woman. So I had a lot of, I was like, that came up. I'm like, nobody would guess my age. I don't have singles on. Yeah, actually, you know what? Maybe singles on. I don't know. Does everyone remember Now That's What I Call Music? I think I had it up to 10, but the best one, guys, was 6. Now That's What I Call Music 6. That's got some bangers on it, let me tell you. Or maybe it was 8. I have to Google it. I think it might have been 8. It was whatever one had the Sum 41 song on it, and Nickelback. The How You Remind Me. Is it now 6? I have to Google it now, guys. It was 6. Yeah, now that's what I call music 6. Yes. I had a lot of those. Oh, yeah, it had the Samantha Mumba song on it. The Gotta Tell You. That's a good song. Oh, and ATC. No, this can't be it. This can't be it. Oh, I love these songs, though. It might have been a different one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I miss the early 2000s stuff. I'm not going to lie. You guys sing. Yeah, so my parents were older when they adopted me, so like they were never really like into my music, but that's awesome, Crime Scene Cleaner. But I wish I always loved music. Music was like always something that was always very, very close to me. I don't like relate. Like my sister likes music. She's like country music. She likes, whatever. I don't like country music, but that's, but she doesn't like music the way I do. And are you all too old? Everyone remembers Foreigner. Take Turtle Gum. It's not like one of like the classics. I need to rewrite that. Oh, guys, hold on 1 second. I got to mute real quick. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, lovely. Lovely. That's great. Okay. Not mad at you guys. No. Just got a phone call that's rather annoying. But you have to respect your children if they do things that they shouldn't be doing and they don't feel that. Yeah. Thank you for calling to tell me. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I respect that. I can be cool. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I was hoping not to have to deal with this tonight, but that's okay. I'm fine. I think I've got a little bit more time that I can hang out on here before I have to go deal with something. But Samantha Fox, I was just listening to that earlier. That's the Touch Me song, right? I just put that on a playlist. Yeah, see, I would never guess how old a lot of you people are. Like, some of you guys are just really cool. Oh, I thought you just said that. Oh, Michelle, I read that wrong, and I thought it said that my phone call was played for you guys, and I was like, oh my god. That would have been really, really embarrassing. I don't like to bring my personal life on here for many reasons, but no, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's not. I got told. I'm sorry. I love it. I remember though, like, we can't get too mad about it though, because like, there's all this outrage about so much music nowadays. But you know what? I was single-handedly the reason at my school that I was at when I was, my senior year of high school. Like, you guys remember that it was Black Eyed Peas, the My Hump song? I played it so many times that the staff like banned it. They were like, nope, there will be no more My Hump song. No, never. Like, we are not there. I had like a whiteboard on the outside of my dorm room, and one of the staff came and wrote like no hump zone on it, and I was like, why did you write that? And she was like, because you've played the song about 1,000 times and I'm tired of it. But yeah, that's I still listen to that song. Well, yeah, I think yeah. Oh, you're 54? No way. I don't believe you. I don't believe you took turtle gum. I don't believe you. Well, Apparently there's a conspiracy theory that you're many people. So I don't know. Maybe one of you is 54 and the other one is something else. Okay, I was going to say, you don't act 54. Not that I would judge any 54-year-old that, like, you know, is silly and goofy. I respect that. I was going to say, yeah, you remind me of somebody more my own age. But that's okay. I know there's a theory that you are multiple people. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? I know that you like to keep everybody in the dark about that. I think it's fun for you to be like the elusive ticked turtle. Are you one person? Okay. Okay. It could be either way. I remember, well, I had a Walkman. And then I had my first CD player was one that was like one of the first Napster ones. It was called like the Mojo or something. And I got it for my 13th birthday, and you could plug in like MP3s on it, but I never figured out how to do it. So I just burned CDs off Kazaa, and I've ruined many computers with Kazaa and LimeWire. I don't pirate music anymore for that reason. Also because I like to support artists. It's like a really big thing of mine. I know that they don't get a huge cut of things, but like, the bands that I like, I wanted to support them. Conspiracies. Well, I figured you knew that conspiracy about you. I figured you knew that. I thought that was like one of the common, like, if you're looking at this community, all of our communities, like, I feel like that's one of like the top 10 ones that I hear. I mean, I don't know the truth. It doesn't affect me one way or another. Yeah, a lot of us don't know whether they're serious or not, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah. Oh, my parents used to call my headphones my antisocial device, because I would always put them on in the car instead of having to talk to them on like long car rides. They're like, oh, she can't. And it used to bother me actually, because I usually could hear them, but they didn't think I could. And like, if they were talking to me, my mom would wait for me to actually physically take the headphones. She still does this, actually. If I have headphones on, right, she won't speak until I take them off. She still does that. And I hate it because I can hear her just fine. But I sound like a kid yelling. I'm 33 years old yelling about this, about my mom making me, yeah, okay. Well, it's a good look. Yeah. I remember, I used to get, like books on tape. I still call them books on tape. And then like people will look at me, they're like, what's a book on tape? And I'm like an audio book. Like I used to get them from the library all the time. And like, you had books like, the Fellowship of the Ring and like, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And those were like these giant binders of tapes that you had to turn. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I wish I had a VHS player. I had a VHS player until very recently. But it was like one of those TV VHS combos I had in college. It worked until the Dewey Decimal System. I was a library aide. I loved library. I love reading. So, yeah, I just got AirPods not too long ago, because I switched to iPhone. It was a very, very, very generous gift from my dad, and I still can't believe that he did that. But I actually prefer the over-ear headphones, because I can't use earbuds hurt my ears. I have weird ears. So like, like the pro ones that have like the silicone on the ends. I can't, they don't stay in my ears. It doesn't work like that. So I have to wear the other ones, but the other ones don't do noise canceling. So I have a nice pair of over ear, they're like the Bose ones. They're really good. I need to get a different pair though, because they're starting to I use them so often that they're really starting to I definitely, I've had them for not even a year, and they're getting beat up. But that's because I'm always walking around listening to things. Yeah, I don't want to. You have the ones that wrap around the back. Yeah. See, but the thing for me is that my ears are so like small that nothing it's bad. For whatever, I have to have over ear. I don't care if they look ridiculous. I don't care. I know that a lot of mine look ridiculous, and I was really self-conscious about it for a while. And I'm like, who cares? It's headphones, whatever. If people want to make fun of me for wearing big over-ear headphones, then whatever. But find dozens of lost AirPods, really? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, but see, for mine, it's like my ear canals are really, really weird. Like, nobody believed me when I was trying to tell them that earplugs, I can't put earplugs in my ears. My ears aren't shaped like that. I had really bad issues with my ears. I have some scarring in one of them, from like really bad ear infections when I was a kid, like constant ear infections. But I can't put earphones in it. And then I also don't like it because I have earring, like I have gauged ears. So, you know, I hate a lot of them, like the metal hits the thing. It makes a rattling noise that I don't like. I'm very picky. I'm really weird with sound. Once I hear a sound, I can't unhear it, and I kind of fixate on it, and it drives me up a wall. And apparently, you know, things are usually too loud. Like I find things too loud that other people can't hear, and it leads to a lot of arguments in my house. Because they say they can't hear the television, but I can hear it very loudly. So it bothers me. And for whatever reason, everybody is against putting headphones on if they watch TV, which I don't see why that would be so hard. Whatever. Because I'm wearing noise canceling headphones, I could still hear it. Real impacted wax. Oh, yeah. You know, and my ears, like, so I have sinus problems too from like the broken nose. So my ears are constantly popping. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I don't know. I mean, I would be really upset if I, you know, couldn't hear my music anymore. My mom always told me that I was going to have like ear damage from listening to music so loud, and I probably will. That's probably true. I've been to a lot of concerts. I play music. I'm sure that's very true. But I haven't had that happen yet. It's my eyesight that's going, not so much anything else. But I am probably going to I have to go take my dogs out and get them ready for bed. I didn't realize it was 10:30. I didn't even plan to be I never plan on to being here that long, and I always end up being here for a really long time because you guys are so fun to talk to. But YouTube. Yeah, I always have headphones in my ear. I'm always watching something or listening to something. Like I said, usually if I'm like on YouTube, I'm listening. I'm not so much in the chat. So I'll like hop on to say something once in a while, but I don't usually I'm not like, you know, I'm not like watching, if that makes sense. I'm more listening. So I like lives that I can listen to. If it's got anything visual, I probably didn't see it. But yeah, I have bad sinuses and stuff. Me too. And I've tried everything for it too. Like, you know, I don't know what else I can do about it. It's bad. It's uncomfortable. My ears are always popping. But yeah, because I thought, well, tonight's not gonna go the way I thought it was gonna go, and that's okay. That's okay. I just kind of want to relax and go to bed, but I don't think that's how it's gonna happen. That's all right though, and I'm glad you guys stopped by. I'm glad to see some names that I haven't seen before, because I love that people come in and hang out and feel comfortable chatting. I really appreciate that. I just appreciate all the support in general, guys. And I mean, I'll get to that 500 at some point. If you haven't subscribed to me, if you want to hit that subscribe button, I would love to get to 500. I did get to 500 for like 20 minutes, and then I lost like 6 or 7 like immediately. And I really don't know why. I don't know how that happens, but I don't know what I did to offend somebody, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. I'll get there again, because I want to get my community tab so I can hang out with you guys and interact a little bit more and get a sense of kind of like what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to talk about. It's just getting to that 500 for some reason. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. But I appreciate everybody that I have here, and I'd rather have like people that genuinely want to be here and want to talk, or you know, good people. I don't need like, I'm really happy with anything, because like, you know, I didn't think anybody was going to listen to me to begin with when I came on here. So the fact that I have anybody at all is just, I'm incredibly honored. But yes, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, that's another good way to help me out, kind of get the video up in the algorithm, so more people see it, so maybe more people can come hang out. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that. I think I have something that's a little bit different than most. Not than most people. I don't want to say it that way, but I think it's a little different than a lot of other things. I think everybody's got something unique going on that they offer that, you know, you can't really find elsewhere. So I kind of think I found my little thing here. But you know, thank you. I like to think I have a good personality, Tick Turtle Gum. I really try. And I try to be positive. I feel like there's a lot of negativity, and I don't think it's negativity. I think it's because like there's a lot of caring people in here. So when they see people getting hurt, it affects them. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that that's just unfortunately how it goes when you got a lot of good people together who care very deeply. So I try to not to be a negative environment. I try to be more positive if I can. just because I want some of that somewhere here. Because I know I'm a part of this community, so I know how things go, and I do care. So sometimes, if somebody's having stuff happen to them, I feel really deeply and I get upset. I hit 500. Oh, guys, you are the best. Thank you. Yeah, see, the thing is, I have to get like a little bit over that so it stays, because ultimately, like, people will go up and down. So you kind of have to get enough over that. So if you upset somebody, or like they decide that they can't, because there's some weird people that get upset about certain, I don't know. You know what I mean? There are some people that are a little they get upset about things that I'm not going to apologize for. So, but I can't make everybody happy, but I really try, because I try to do things right here. I try to make people happy. I try to keep everything polite and all of that. I hope so. I think you have to have over 500 for a week though. So let's keep the vibe going. And I appreciate all your support. I'm happy. I'm like smiling, guys. I just want a community tab. I don't think that's too much to ask. And congratulations, Lindsay. I think you hit 1,000 recently, right? Like maybe yesterday I saw. So that's awesome. That's like the next milestone. I think you also have to have like 4,000 of watch time. So, I mean, I think I still have quite some time to go with that. But I mean, I'll get there eventually. I've only been on here for a little over a month, guys. I mean, I posted my first video, like, that's relevant to this community on Christmas Eve. So the fact that I've even gotten here is really awesome. And yeah, congratulations, DeLorean, for the 1,000. That's like the big one. I just want my community tab. But yeah, I think there's a lot of fun stuff going on here. I think, yeah, community tab. Thank you so much, guys. I don't even I'm like at a loss for words, just because like it sounds stupid comparatively. Like, I'm a really small channel, but I appreciate it. I'm just honored that anybody subscribes to me. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna say that over and over again. And I will probably be on tomorrow. Thank you, Lilith. I'm glad to see you here. I know that tomorrow's one of my schoolwork days. So I have like all of my big papers due tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. my time. And I'm not sure, I haven't looked at them yet. That's probably a bad decision not to do that. But yes, speech. I'll have to write one. I actually I used to do public speaking stuff, but that was like when my brain still functioned well. I don't know if it ever did. But yeah, I'll probably be on tomorrow, probably at 9 or 9:30, because after 9 or 9:30, my brain isn't writing papers anyway. Like, it's just not going to happen. I just need to give up and send whatever I have in, because at that point I'm just like, I'm too far gone. It's done. So I'll probably come on probably 9:30 tomorrow. A concert. Well, if I stay over 500 overnight, and well, I'll consider it. Yes. Let's say give or take, I'd say 510 would be the goal. That way that, if I lose, I tend not to lose more than 10, right, at a time usually. So, that would take into account some fluctuating, right? So 510 is my goal, but 500 for the most part, guys. That's awesome. I'm really happy about that. I will play for you guys. Sure. I'm not against that. I totally will. But that would require me going on camera. Well, that's okay. That's okay, guys. I'll go on camera. Like I said, the only reason I don't is because I have a hard time, I don't think a lot of us like looking at ourselves. But that's okay. I mean, some people do. I still have had to try and get used to being in my own skin. But without looking, I'm nervous enough coming on here without looking at myself. But like I said, I also cut my hair really, really short in November. So, like embarrassingly short, but it had to be done. It was like, it felt amazing to not, but it's growing back in. But it's not the most flattering haircut. I'll tell you that. But all right, guys. Yay. 503. Thank you, guys. Like I said, if you're lurking, give me a chance here. We're going to do some good stuff here. We do good stuff here. All communities are welcome here. We do the best that we can to make everybody feel welcome. Although I can't obviously make everybody happy. I do the best that I can because I am a people pleaser. And I probably shouldn't be, but you guys are awesome. So I'm willing to do that. Have a great night, Ecto. Oh my God, I can't see. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Your guys' support means everything to me. I try to be as supportive as I can be to, others in the community too. I do where I can. I think we have I think this community, there's a lot of really awful stuff going on, but at the same time, there's also some really good people here. There's some really good people in terms of creators. There's some good like people with big hearts. I think it's easy to get caught up in stuff. And I don't hold that against people because I've done it and I know how easy it is. But I think when push comes to shove, 9 out of 10 people that are in this community have a really big heart. And a lot of the stuff that happens is because they care. Yeah, right. So I think I don't hold that against anybody. I also think that a lot of people feel really deeply about, what they see going on. If it's somebody they care about that gets somebody says something to them, then or that's upsetting or is bullying, you know what I mean? They take that internally because they care. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's actually a good quality to have. So, yes, crime scene cleaner, right. Be a better you tomorrow than you were today. You and your only competition. Exactly. Thank you, Jennifer. The better Jennifer. Is there another one? Is that what that's about? As I feel like there is another one. I feel like I've thought you were somebody else at times. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for showing up tonight. I appreciate that. I'll probably be on tomorrow and I'll just kind of comment on what's going on because I'm sure, tomorrow might be a quiet day. I think we could all use a quiet day. But if somebody feels the need to come on here and speak about what's bothering them, then that's their right. And we can talk about whatever that may be because, sometimes, how we know how this goes. But hopefully it's a quiet night and everybody kind of gets some time off. I think a lot of people could use some time away from YouTube for a little bit. Hey, Nat. Or maybe shut it off just for a few hours or something. Just kind of, I know I could. I'm probably going to do that for the rest of the night, guys. So I'm going to go find something to watch on TV until I have to deal with what I'm going to have to deal with in probably about 30 minutes. And I'm going to figure out how I'm going to deal with that, but that's okay. It's all good. I know I'm being very cryptic. No, I got a phone call about something that I'm disappointed, but that's okay. I kind of expected as much. We all have family lives and stuff. Nat, I always love when Nat, she just pops in to say hi and she's like, and her dog's face is right there. I love her dog. Nat, your dog needs its own Instagram or its own YouTube channel because I would totally subscribe to your dog's channel 100%. They wouldn't even have to put out content. I would just like it. No, Nat has a really cute dog. I have a small white dog, Envy, very, very much. But yes, thank you guys so much for stopping by. You guys are all amazing. I will be back on tomorrow at probably 9 or 9:30. And don't be surprised if I push it back because that's just how I function, but I'll try not to. And thank you to my mods, Liberty Farmer and Michelle K. I appreciate both of you very, very much. And as I grow, obviously, I might need more mods. I know there's a few people interested. So he has an Instagram account. Does he really? What is it? Are you comfortable sharing or no? If you're not comfortable sharing, that's okay. I get it. I get that. I love your dog. Yeah, if you're not comfortable sharing that, I get that. My animals have them too, and I'm always hesitant to give it out because it's kind of like a link to me, But yeah, and you never know who's on here and looking at things. I've learned that the hard way, actually. But that's okay. Yes, if you'd like to email me, Nat, if you would like to email me what his World of Kane. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God, what a badass name. I'm so happy that you were the first one to get to that too. Because so many times I've had to modify what I write. Oh, World of Kane. I love it. That's such a clever name too. I love it. Love it. Yeah, mine have some interesting names. Yeah, they do. I'll have all of my pets follow him, Nat. I'm gonna go do that. all 3 of them that have actually, Paolo and Chicory have a joint account. So yeah, all 4 of my accounts that do that. But that's right. All right. So everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow.